college football, and that is a Saturday night in Baton Rouge as the Tigers take the field, and it's up to them and the SEC West as you look at the standings. With Auburn having won this afternoon, LSU still controls their destiny, but Arkansas still very much in the chase. They own the tiebreaker because they defeated Auburn earlier. We'll be back to talk more about the SEC in tonight's ball game. Kickoff just around the corner. Ole Miss and LSU.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure and check out the entire Bowflex lineup or visit us on the web today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Once again on a Saturday night in the Bayou. This time the Ole Miss Rebels come calling against the LSU Tigers. Border states, and this rivalry has been some kind of rivalry. Almost 92,000 on hand tonight to see this matchup between the Rebels and the LSU Tigers. Look who's going to start at quarterback tonight. His brother started at Tennessee this afternoon. We're trying to find out if we're not making SEC history. 2 brothers starting at quarterback for 2 different teams in the league on the same day. Hi, everybody. Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried, and welcome to the matchup between and Mike, talk about the particulars and what has to happen. We say LSU controls their own destiny. What do they have to do tonight?
Simple, Ron. LeBrandon Tofield. He's going to run left, he's going to run up the middle, and he's going to run right. That's the game plan for LSU. They got a big back. They're going to run him at Ole Miss's defensive front, see if they can stop him.
Ole Miss has had problems with that because of size up front, which we'll get into in just a moment. Adrian Karsten down on the sideline. What do you got for us, big fella?
Well, for head coach Nick Saban, the situation is simple. Auburn and Arkansas have made it that way, but the job is not easy. Does your squad realize how significant this game is? You have to win, coach.
Well, I think what we need to do is just reestablish our identity of how we compete in the game, and that's what we're focused on, and that's what we're playing for.
A huge responsibility for a young man who hasn't started at quarterback since high school.
Well, he'll do fine.
Coach, I appreciate it. Ron, here we go.
All righty, Adrian. Thanks a million. And that's it. Pure and simple. They got to win here tonight. LSU does. And then they would have to win at Arkansas next Saturday. Ole Miss would love nothing more than to not only break their 4-game losing streak, but to spoil the party for the Bengal Tigers. The weather tonight, very nice. 47 degrees, no chance of rain. Dominic Davis, one of the kickoff men, along with Devery Henderson. Lee Rogers has it teed, and we are underway. Ole Miss into LSU from the 1-yard line. This is Henderson. Stumbles. Gets by at the 10, now at the 15, and is going to be tackled at the 16-yard line. So Rick Clausen, a redshirt freshman out of Woodlawn Hills, California. Not as big as brother Casey up in Tennessee, 6'2", 177 pounds. And we're told that when he came here that the staff weighed him and he weighed 161 pounds, which Mike is not real big. But he has a live arm and he's a lefty and throws it well.
Ron, the tailbacks will be his best friend tonight.
Solomon Lee, the fullback, Dominic Davis, the tailback, and it's Davis on first down. And he's going to take it to the 20, still pumps his way out to around the 21-yard line. And now ESPN2's lineups brought to you by 1-800-CALL-ATT. Davis, who you just saw, the wide receivers, and they have a lot of talent here, but Myers and Clayton. Eric Edwards is the tight end. And up front with the offensive starters, Andrew Whitworth, the redshirt freshman out of West Monroe, has really impressed the coaches this year. Wilkerson is a stalwart in the middle at center. 2nd and 5. He pitches it back to Davis, puts a head down, has the first down, and he's going to be stopped by middle linebacker Eddie Strong as we take a look at the starters for the Ole Miss Rebels on defense. Cooper Johnson and Jesse Mitchell and Charlie Anderson out of Jackson. And the linebackers, we just saw Strong. He is a veteran. He's battled injuries this year and also last year. And Justin Wade. And they play 5 in the secondary. Hutchins will move over from safety to start at left corner tonight. And Travis Blanchard out of Aberdeen, Mississippi, will move from left corner over to weak safety. David Cutcliffe, the head coach at Ole Miss, longtime offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Volunteers, and Philip Fulmer. Clayton in motion. Ball is fumbled, and Clausen does the smart thing. Don't try to be a hero right at this point. Get back and recover it, and he did just that at the 18.
Yeah, new quarterback, new center quarterback exchange, and I don't think he got it cleanly. I believe he pulled his hands out before the snap, and you're right. He did the wise thing, just never had the football. That's what Ole Miss wants LSU in long yardage situations.
Ben Wilkerson, the sophomore out of Hemphill, Texas, comes out over the ball, and Brandon Tofield is checked into the backfield. 2nd down and 20, Tigers. Tofield on the draw play. Crosses the 20, takes it back to what was the original line of scrimmage, and the tackle made by Strong, his 2nd tackle of the evening. Mike, talk about the butterflies and what you do. Mac Mock came up with an injury. Marcus Randall came in to replace him. And last week against Arkansas, Marcus really had problems. He couldn't throw the ball downfield, so they've elected to go with Clausen. But this is a tough spot to put a youngster in who's had so few snaps.
It really is. He needs not to be in long yardage situations.
See what Ole Miss does here if they come after it. 3rd down, and they need to take this ball out to the 38 or punt it away to the Rebels. Sets to throw. Clausen deep over the middle. Got a man out there. It is Henderson just a little too far. Check it, Gerald Myers, number 3.
Had an open receiver on, and he threw the ball real well. Rick Clausen just extended it a little bit too long. Ole Miss should get good field position. Had an open wide receiver, Gerald Myers.
Well, Chuck Driesbach had to be breathing a sigh of relief after that one went just a little bit long. Jones to kick it away to Armstead. Ole Miss stands to get good field position out of this exchange. Kicking into a slight breeze, and the left footer's move is going to be aimed over in. It's going to bounce away from the receiver, and now takes an Ole Miss bounce across the 40. So the Rebs will start with good field position after a 38-yard punt, and we get to see Eli Manning, the junior out of New Orleans, Isidore Newman. Of course, his brother, All-American at Tennessee. And there's his dad, Archie. That's Olivia to the right. And Cooper, the older son, is sitting just to Archie's left. Archie is one who likes to be in the background. The kids are the show, not him. And I think that's a wise situation.
Well, the people in front of him are helping him because they're standing up in front of him. Can't see him.
I have a feeling that Peyton is watching this football game tonight also. From the 40. First pass of the night by Manning as they roll the pocket. Heavy pressure, drills it, has it complete at the 33-yard line. Jason Armstead, the senior out of Moss Point, making the reception for 27 yards.
Eli Manning immediately, Ole Miss rolls out to try to get Eli Manning away from the pressure. Good route by Armstead against Randall Gay, and that's when we talked to David Cutcliffe. He said they were going to work on Randall Gay.
So 27 yards in the play, and they say officially down at the 34-yard line. LSU showing blitz in the middle, and they go with the reverse. That's Espy, and Espy going to be tackled as he crosses the 30 and down to the 28. And let's take a look at the starters. Everything got off so quickly. Tremaine Turner and Rosano, the running backs. Flowers and Armstead, the wide receivers, and Eric Rice, the tight end. And up front for the offensive line, all of these guys have started every game for Ole Miss this year. Claxton is the anchor there in the middle. Claxton, the senior out of Dublin, Georgia. 2nd down, Ole Miss. They need the 24-yard line for the first. instead in motion, and he pitched back for the first run, cuts back into the middle. That's going to be a ball is loose. LSU has it. That would have been a first down, but Tremaine Turner turned it over, and that is something that has plagued Ole Miss, particularly in the last 4 ball games.
Tremaine Turner is going to turn up the field, gets hit on the football. Jack Hunt's in there to make the tackle, got some help from a defensive lineman.
And Wyatt made the recovery, but you're right, it was Hunt, the safety, who came over to make the hit. You can see him slice the ball away right there. And a good opportunity for the Rebels goes awry. They would have had a first down just inside the 25-yard line. Tofield bounces it to the outside. Going to have 4, maybe 5 yards in the play. They'll spot him down at the 30 as Travis Johnson is there to make the tackle.
Talking to Nick Saban, he told me about LeBrandon Tofield. He said he really only wanted him to work a little bit last week against Alabama because he really wanted to get him back in playing shape. Played 22 plays, had 6 carries, 22 yards. But I'm going to tell you something. He'd like to get him 30 carries tonight.
I'm sure he would. And Georgia ran the ball 57 snaps against Ole Miss. Musa Smith carried him 37 of those. Tofield gets by 1 in the backfield, going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and knocked down for a loss. And this is going to bring up a 3rd down situation at about 6. As defensively, the man who was in there was Boykin, McKinley Boykin, a redshirt freshman out of Bessemer, Alabama.
Jesse Mitchell was in there also, Ron. And that's what you want to do. You talked about a young quarterback. You want to put him in 3rd and 6 or more. And he's right. He has to make plays to beat you.
3rd down. They need to take it to the 35-yard line. Myers in motion. They roll the pocket to the side of the left-hander. Wins the pass. It is intercepted by Ole Miss. And that is Von Hutchins. That's his 4th interception of the year as the Rebels now pick up their 12th of the season.
And he threw into heavy coverage. Rick Clausen, when he rolled to the left, Ole Miss expecting he's going to roll to the left. Von Hutchins is picking that football off, but you can see 3 defenders. Now Ole Miss with great field position again.
So we'll take a break. 9:39 left in an action-packed first quarter. No score.
Yo, can I use the phone? I'm cool, but that's cool.
That's my phone.
Don't disrespect the man's house. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls. Give me that. What are you doing? Yo, did you find it? You can save on every call. Just dial right down the center. 1-800-CALLATT.
It's free for you and cheap for them. You're out of mayo.
What kind of place is this? You okay in there, man?
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Hi, I'm Keith Hernandez. And I'm Walt Clyde Frazier. What a marvelous night for the action. Let's go to the play-by-play. Oh, there's Mr. Graybeard approaching Miss Hottie. Oh, no. Rejected. Clyde, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, no play for Mr. Gray. Get that man our Jessamine Fresh In Color Gel. It's specially formulated to penetrate coarse facial hair and gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes. Gets rid of strikeouts, too. Just for men gel. The Rejuvenator.
They built an empire based on loyalty.
All this right here is family.
On December 6th.
I got this investment opportunity. There's this white guy, the hottest cat on Wall Street. I didn't know you were going to bring it to me on cash.
If you cross one of them...
Hey, babe, he took the money.
You cross them all.
You saying Jack did this to you?
Who coming off at?
I got to go to war, man.
Forever, I'm never gonna die. Only thing I fear that I'm never gonna fly. Everybody...
Go back to your get-up.
Empire. Rated R. At theaters December 6th.
There seems to be a problem with Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss. They each have hickory smoked bacon and Swiss, but which one do you choose?
Sir, you need to pick one. We're closing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
That just clean feeling the dentist gives you? Now you can give it for the holidays. Introducing the newest Crest Thin Brush. Thin Brush Pro. It spins and goes up and down to make that dentist clean feeling the perfect gift. Crest Thin Brush Pro.
Von Hutchins on the far sideline, who just came up with the interception for Ole Miss. And we'll see if the Rebels can take advantage. A moment ago, they would have had the ball at the 25 and fumbled. Now they have it at the LSU 40. fakes the run, throws the pass wide open on the near sideline of Biddle. And Teddy Biddle is going to be stopped as he will cross the 30. Good for 11. Adrian Karsten, back to you.
Ron, by my observation, the best coach that Rick Clausen has here on the sidelines right now is Matt Mount, who started the season at quarterback for LSU. He comes off the field, Clausen does. Matt goes right to him, even though he's on crutches, and said, don't try to win this game in the first 10 minutes. Give yourself a little bit more credit. When we're signaling in the plays, you know them well enough. Turn and get to the huddle. Give yourself a little more time at the line of scrimmage and take your eyes off the primary receiver. Look at your other men.
The watch set on the next offensive series as Ole Miss goes for the first down at the 29. Manning to throw again. This one complete and out of bounds as a late flag comes in. And it is Biddle who makes the catch. They really think the world of this young fella. He is on the track team and good for 15 yards. Where that's thrown, that may be offensive holding. That's going to be the call. And a personal foul called against LSU.
Yeah, that's on Luzerne, number 36, who hit Biddle out of bounds. Here's the catch. A little bit Canadian rules. He may have been in. Ron, that's 5 straight plays for Ole Miss. Outside pass, then they ran a reverse, then they ran a sweep.
First foul was holding by the offense, which will be 10 yards from the previous spot, followed by a dead ball, personal foul by the defense, which will be 15 yards, followed by an automatic first down.
Look, what I'm saying is, last week when Alabama came in here, they started outside against LSU because the respect they had for the defensive linemen. And they threw the ball and ran outside. Ole Miss doing the same thing they saw Alabama do last week to this LSU defense.
Went over to see Coach Cutcliffe at breakfast this morning, and he said the thing they just got to cut out. In the last 4 games, 11 turnovers. The passing game has produced 9 of those, and the opposition has scored 8 times off that. He said we just got to quit giving it away. On first down, they fake the draw, going to throw long, and that one is almost intercepted and should have been by Demetrius Hookfin. And I'm not sure who Eli was throwing to on that one.
He was throwing to Demetrius Hookfin.
That one got away from him.
Kerry Johnson was the receiver, but Demetrius Hookfin, you just talked about the turnovers. They dodged this one because that was right in the hands of Hookfin.
And Kerry Johnson, if he throws it shorter, is wide open.
Yeah, he's open.
So the pass probably just got away from him. A little bit of breeze behind his back, and that'll stop the clock at 9:16. And it's second down. Ole Miss needs to take it to the 13.5-yard line.
Ole Miss has trouble running the football.
Here comes the draw play, and that's Rosano. And Rosano, the fullback, will take it inside the 20 to around the 17-yard line. The LSU defense never got a chance to talk about these guys. Still a bit nicked up. But Spears, Allen, Lavallee, and Marquise Hill. The linebackers, it all starts with number 11 there. They don't call him the James Gang for nothing. Captain and also leader of this football team is Brady. And in the secondary, Gay and Hookman at the corners, Lejeune and Jack Hunt out of Ruston, Louisiana, the free safety. Tremaine Turner back in the lineup at tailback. Manning swings it out, and it is dropped by Rosano. Well, they're going to throw it, try to get it out on the wing in a hurry. Brady James was in the vicinity, but Rosano, who normally is pretty reliable as a receiver, dropped the pass.
2 missed opportunities here for Ole Miss because Rosano's wide open. He's going to pick up the first down.
And on the road, you can't win it with field goals. Jonathan Nichols, 10 of 14, his longest 50, and this is going to be an attempt of 36 yards. Kick on the way, and he's got it. So let's take a timeout. 8:22 left in the opening quarter. Ole Miss 3-0.
Got a long weekend. We're leaving early.
This is good. A little luck, we'll be there by noon. Latest. Thanks. Ooh, backseat.
We'll be the only car on the road.
You ready?
Go.
This going to be great.
So brutal. So evil. So deadly. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Rated mature.
I do all her copying, faxing, and printing, and she barely says hi. Jim takes my copies to her desk, and now they're sushi buddies. Oh, super.
Toshiba copiers make you look good.
For the best lobster, you could go to Maine. For the sweetest shrimp, you could go to Key West. To get both at the same time, just come to Red Lobster. We've got a juicy Maine lobster tail with succulent shrimp, together for just $12.99. Now at Red Lobster.
Ice. One day you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it. Fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
Start your Sunday with the NFL Countdown team, now joined by Coach Phil Parcells.
And they're in trouble.
And get weekly insights from John Madden, 11 a.m. on ESPN.
ESPN2's College Football Saturday Night, brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Lee Rogers prepares to kick it off. Mike, Ole Miss they have won the last 3 times they have played here in Baton Rouge, and only because of the computer. They played here last year, and now they're back here this year, but it's just a freak of nature, and now they'll go back to the regular rotation. Drive kickoff, but that's going to go out of the back of the end zone. Matt Weiner, let's go back to the studio and check with you.
Ron, Auburn very much in the picture for the SEC West title. The Iron Bowl today in Tuscaloosa. Jason Campbell and Robert Johnson, they hooked up twice. Auburn takes a 17-0 lead, hangs on to win it. 4th straight win for the visitors in this series. Freshman Trey Smith, 126 yards. Guys, he started the season 4th on the depth chart.
Well, congratulations to Tommy Tuberville and his staff. An outstanding job. They had a really good game plan that blitzed Alabama in the first half, and the Crimson Tide never was able to recover in the second 30 minutes. Here comes a draw play. Straight up the middle. It's going to be 4, now 5 yards. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot of from LSU tonight as we take a look at Clausen in the start that he has had.
Yeah, a little nervous starting. They mishandled the snap. I don't really feel like he got the snap. Then he overthrows Myers wide open, but that happens, and then he makes a big mistake, throws into coverage, and Hutchins picks the pass off.
Fortunate that Vaughn did not take that thing down the sideline for 6. Here they come with another running play. Straight ahead, going to be close to the first down at the 29-yard line as Justin Wade steps up to make the tackle.
You talked about Tommy Tuberville and the staff. Jason Campbell developing fast into a very good quarterback in the SEC. Had a very good game. 2 touchdown passes. This is what Nick Saban will like. 3 straight runs, get a first down, and keep moving the chains and keep Eli Manning off the field.
2 tight end alignment, high formation. Have plenty of time in the play clock. And they go straight ahead. Ole Miss got penetration. Yep, he's going to have the first down, though. As the linesman comes in, and he'll spot it just across the 30. And that will move the chains for the Tigers.
Talking to Nick Saban, he said the team kind of lost their identity of the last 3 weeks. And he really made the move to Clausen. He didn't want to demote Randall. He just felt like, hey, I got to give Clausen a chance to get us started again. I think we'll see Randall yet tonight.
Marcus Randall, who is a sophomore out of right here in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss showed blitz, but they stay at home. Clausen to throw under heavy pressure. That ball almost intercepted. That was Greer. Greer's the guy who had the 2 interceptions in the Florida game and came up big.
Ron, good pressure from Ole Miss. McKinley Boykin, the redshirt freshman, was in the quarterback area.
In the SEC, we're seeing two teams tonight who are the best at protecting their quarterbacks. LSU has only given up, what, 11? And Ole Miss has only given up 11 sacks over the course of the season as well. Clausen for the shotgun. They go with the draw play again. Big opening. That's Davis. He'll have 10 yards on the play. And it is Matt Greer, Justin Wade, who comes up to make the tackle. Adrian Karsten, back to you.
After the helping hand from Matt Mount, remember my point about how the pace of the offense was too slow. Clausen was coming to the line with about 9 or 10 seconds on the play clock, Ron. Now, with the play clock just being started, he is coming to the line with about 18, 19 seconds, maybe 17 seconds. What that does is help the young quarterback see the defense, have everyone else get settled, and then get the offense running. He seems to have settled in here much better in his third, fourth series.
Davis now 6 carries for 32 yards. And they keep it on the ground again. Short yardage this time, though, as the refs tighten up right there in the middle. One of the first men there is Mitchell, and also Wes Scott, the junior out of Memphis, went to MUS.
Ron, what Ole Miss is doing on defense, they've got 9 guys close to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say to Rick Clausen, hey, you're going to have to throw the ball outside, make some completions, or we're not going to get off the tailbacks. We're going to stop the run with 8, 9 guys.
Well, Mike, this formation right here, 2 tights, 2 wide receivers, and 1 lone setback. Clausen under pressure, now going to roll it to his left, and he is going to go down. The ball is loose. The beanbag comes out. They scramble for it, and LSU has recovered it at the 35-yard line. I think Rob Sale, who was playing his final game here at Tiger Stadium, the right guard, number 73, is the man who got on the football.
Yeah, a big play. 22 seniors playing their last home game.
Strong knocked it out. Excuse me, Mike. Just before his knee touches right here, watch Strong come by and knock the ball loose.
Here's the problem for LSU is they got such great wide receivers.
Yeah.
They can't get them the ball.
Yeah, we saw frustration last week. Michael Clayton, Gerald Myers, and Henderson. 3rd down. They need to take it across midfield to the 49-yard line. Again from the shotgun, and Clausen's pass, and this one is well off the mark. Clayton, the intended receiver. You can see the body language on Clayton right there, and that's just what you were talking about.
Yeah, he really, last week he had 3 catches for 13 yards. He is a great receiver, but they can't get him the football.
That's going to be offensive holding. LSU, I would imagine that Ole Miss would decline that. Yep, they will. And Donnie Jones will come on to punt again. Second punt of the night by LSU. Jason Armstead drops off as the deep man. David Cutcliffe pacing the sideline, and he said that the off week he thought was really good for his football team because health-wise they needed that extra time. Pressure on the punter, and he gets a dandy away. Wow. All the way back to the 12-yard line. Going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Devery Henderson, one of the gunners, was down there, and what a special teams play. 53 on the kick, -3 on the return.
In 1954, in Junction, Texas, Paul Bear Bryant put 115 football players through hell.
We're going to work now. You damn near killed my friend. He ain't quitting.
But those who survived lived to become champions.
One heartbeat. That is what we've been looking for ever since we arrived.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents The Junction Boys. Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Professionals at All-Star Chevrolet were full of good information. No pressure, just the facts, and there was a lot to consider. Trade-in values, financing options, the different features on the SUV I was looking at. I was impressed with their scope of knowledge about all the All-Star products. I drove away feeling like I'd made a great decision, and in a wonderful new Suburban.
Experience the All-Star treatment. We go out of our way to put you in the driver's seat.
Choose All-Star, where the deals are sweet.
Score
Score big with the winning team at Salisbury's Dodge City.
We've got extra point pricing on the biggest selection of Dodges in Louisiana.
2003 Caravan, $16,990.
My Grand Caravan with rear air now, $24,990.
New Caravan SXT, just $20,490.
And get a free portable DVD or VHS package with every Caravan.
And quad cab pickup, $21,990.
We're number one.
And so are you when you buy smart from the #1 Dodge dealer in Louisiana.
Salisbury's Dodge City.
Buy smart.
Welcome back. Ole Miss leads at 3-0. Average gain per play, Ole Miss 5.4 and LSU 1.5. Marcus Randall loosening up on the sideline. And we'll see if an outstanding special teams play by LSU comes back and does them a favor. McClendon has come in at tailback, number 5. McClendon tries to bounce it outside at the 10 and is out of bounds around the 13.5-yard line. Well, Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, it's the battle for the Golden Egg. It is Eli Manning and the Rebels playing host to Mississippi State. College football Thursday, presented by Circuit City on ESPN.
Yeah, State coming off the loss to Arkansas today. Looked like a close game score-wise, but it's for all the marbles when you go against Ole Miss for State.
LSU crowd behind the Rebels' backs, trying to help out the defense. Manning gets this one out in the flat, has it complete, 20-25, and out to the 30-yard line. That is a nice job by Sanford. 18 yards.
Ron, Eli Manning has really just got everything under control in this offense. Rollouts, faking the ball inside, handles the blitz real well. David Cutcliffe feels very comfortable with his young quarterback.
Well, it's the Tennessee offense that he operated for so many years. That's what Peyton operated, of course, when he played for the Volunteers. So every time he and his brother talk, they have a lot of things that they can talk about. Big opening right here, and then it closes up in a hurry at the 37. Tackle made by Gay on Ronald McClinton.
The other thing that Ole Miss is doing to LSU, we talked about a lot last week about the defensive line being Coke machines. They're real stout and big inside. And they're making them run sideline to sideline and chase the quarterback. They're trying to wear them down early.
Tell you something else Coach Cutcliffe had the team do just before they came back out tonight for their final warm-up. He had everybody put on longer cleats. This field is coming apart and is kind of damp. Turns the corner, and there is a slip right there. And they're going to say his knee was down at the 41. Marquise Hill was out there in the vicinity.
When you look at Eli Manning, Ron, in 2001, look at the interceptions. But I think when you go to 2002, he hasn't really had a running game. Now, I talked to John Latina, the offensive coordinator. He said, we really need a big-time tailback to take some pressure off Eli Manning. I think that's the reason for the 11 interceptions.
Plus the fact the youngster may have put a little more pressure on himself to get things done. But the running back by committee is always a difficult thing, Mike. Third down and short. Hit at the line of scrimmage. That is very close.
I don't think he made it. See, that's the strength of LSU's defense inside.
Lawrence comes over to make the hit. Now the linesman on this side has given Ole Miss a more favorable spot, but from where his foot is, he's still not going to have the first down.
He's still short. Stout defensive line for LSU. Big.
Nope. Stretch it out. Not going to have it by almost 2 lengths of the football.
And the way LSU's offense is playing, I think you punt the football.
That's what Coach Cutcliffe is saying right there. Let's kick it out.
LSU has not threatened Ole Miss at all on offense.
Sonny Ridgeway.
Don't give him field position.
Cody's longest, 58, and he has put 11 kicks inside the 20-yard line. Dominic Davis is the deep man for the Tigers.
LSU coaches motioning the defensive lineman to back up a little bit, not be offside.
And LSU playing is not only like they wanted to return, but like they were not totally sure Ole Miss was not going to go for it. Fair catch called for and made at the 20-yard line. So it's Sunday Night Football on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. Coverage begins with NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite at 7:30. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, and the Indianapolis Colts look to open it up against the Denver Broncos defense. Don't miss Sunday Night NFL, beginning at 7:30.
Yeah, Ron Steve Berline, the old Notre Dame quarterback, hadn't started a game since December 24th, 2000, will be the starter for the Broncos.
Manning family getting a lot of publicity this weekend on ESPN and ESPN2. Tofield hit at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration that time. Justin Wade comes up and smacks him down.
I think this is the last series you're going to see Rick Clausen. He may have one more left, but they need to develop some kind of passing game because Ole Miss is just boxing everything up inside. And you got to be able to take pressure off the running game by throwing the football. 0 for 4 for Rick Clausen.
Well, 3 wide receivers go to the left. And the quick out pass has it complete. That's Michael Clayton, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately. And Matt Weiner, let's check with you after that 3-yard gain.
All right, Ryan, let's check in on Norman, Oklahoma. Big 12 South Division title up for grabs between Tech and Oklahoma. And Sooners are grabbing it. Brandon Shelby with the block. Will Peoples with the recovery. That's a touchdown. Oklahoma up 32-0. Colorado State wins the Mountain West. They're going to the Liberty Bowl.
Most important thing in that Oklahoma game, Griffith already has 135 yards. See, they can control the tempo of the ball game because they can run and keep Kingsbury and company off the field. 3rd down. LSU needs the 31-yard line. Pass is caught, and he's close to the 1st down. It's Myers. Let's see where they spot him. Nope, he's not going to have it.
No, I think he's short, too.
Travis Blanchard was right there on him.
Talk about the field being soft. He slipped as he caught the football. Now Nick Saban's got a real decision to make. His offense struggling. He's going to wait till the quarter runs out and try to figure it out.
So let's take a timeout. We head to the second 15 minutes. 3-0. Ole Miss on top.
Watch Monday Night Countdown, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Delivered by UPS.
Got a long weekend. We're leaving early.
This is good. A little luck. We'll be there by noon. Latest. Thanks. Ooh, backseat. We'll be the only car on the road. You ready?
Let's go.
This is going to be great.
Wow, an HP digital camera. Wow, an HP all-in-one printer. Wow, an Office Depot person who will be there if I have any questions.
Office Depot has all the latest technology, like easy-to-use HP digital imaging products for long-lasting film-quality digital pictures. And Office Depot has the people to demonstrate how everything works. All at Office Depot's everyday low prices that are sure to please every family. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Stamps. At supermarkets. Stamps. By phone. Stamps. Online. Stamps. At ATMs. Along with your local post office. Wherever you find this symbol, you'll find stamps. Conveniently located. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
There's something I gotta do.
Oh, yeah? What?
I love this woman! I love her!
What are you doing? Stop.
Okay, then I guess this will have to do.
Oh, my God. this man. I love him. I love him. I love him.
Pep Boys ASE certified technicians can help maintain and repair your car.
Before small problems get big. Our technicians tell you what's wrong and fix it.
No matter what you drive, come to Pep Boys for expert advice and service.
Pep Boys, we're car people.
Oh, come on! Unreal Championship. Rated M for mature. Go online with Xbox Live and take on the world.
So we're back 3-0. We open the second quarter, and Adrian, talk more about the field, because down to the left of the 50, that's where all the play has been. It is really torn up already. Talk about what Ole Miss did as far as the change on their shoes.
They're concerned because they want to make their hay between the hashes, but the hay is wet right now. So what they did was to take the rubber bottom soled shoes off so they wouldn't clog up with mud, put the screw-on cleats on the bottom of their shoes, the idea being their shoes wouldn't clog up so much.
Okay, we'll see if that pays dividends for them. That ball bounces, and he's going to have to run away from it. Armstead did the smart thing, but he probably should have come up on the run to make that catch. He cost himself another 15 yards, even on that damn field. 54 yards on the punt.
As bad as LSU's playing, they're still only behind 3-0. So that's a win for Nick Saban right now. And if we do see Randall, he brings an added dimension on the field. He can run the football.
Yep.
So I expect to see Randall here soon.
Time of possession, LSU 10-16, Ole Miss 4-44. But the Rebels have had the ball twice inside the LSU 35-yard line. McClendon in a tailback again. Manning slipped down. It looked as though the center step on him. Could have looked as though an offensive lineman then stepped on his foot.
You see that a lot of times. A center will back up and move real quick and step on the foot of the quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, he got stepped on. Ben Claxton trying to get back in pass protection real quick. Use his foot back.
And when a guy who weighs 302 steps on your foot, you're not going to get away too quickly. Now Ole Miss way behind the sticks on this one. It's 7 down and almost 15. Blitz coming off the corner, but they throw it the other way, and they have it complete out to the 20. Chris Collins, his first catch of the night. Junior out of Gloucester, Mississippi, leads the team in receptions as far as touchdowns with 8. Lionel Turner was out there to make the tackle.
Almost another personal foul close to the sideline on Lionel Turner. Nick Saban right over there quickly.
Oh, the other one almost cost him. In fact, it did cost him with the Rebels getting a field goal. Eli now 4 of 6 for 64 yards. LSU shows blitz, and they bring the pressure off the corner. Manning gets it away and very wisely underthrows this one.
You're right, Ron. LSU brings the blitz on Eli Manning right here. Number 21 is coming fast, Randall Gay. But to the front side, he also gets pressure.
Oliver with a good job in a pass rush as well. Cody Ridgway looks into the eyes of Davis, and LSU stands to get much improved field position out of this exchange. This is a dandy kick, though. Spiral's going to turn over. He's got it at the 34. Gets by the first man. He's going to wind up with about 6 to 7 yards on the return, and will take a timeout. 13:38 left until halftime. 45 yards on the boot.
Bud Light is proud to be part of the Three Doors Down 2002 World Tour.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When the Rocky Mountain Rescue Group needs light to save lives, they trust Duracell. Out there, right here at home. Duracell, trusted everywhere. Still think all batteries are the same? Consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Bond. James Bond.
Nightfire. Rated T for teen.
Hungry? You've come to the right place. The home of great brands and great taste. Conagra Foods. We set America's table. Still hungry? Conagra Foods has the foods America craves at mealtime, snack time, or any time. Conagra Foods. We set America's table.
Well, the people kind of bundled up here tonight as the wind has picked up. Temperature 47 is supposed to drop to the low 40s tonight.
Ron Randall's in the ball game now. You got an extra running back at the quarterback position now.
All right, if you are Coach Griesbach, the defensive coordinator for Ole Miss, how do you change your front?
I play the same way, but I'm going to make sure I protect against him on the run, too.
Right up the middle, it's going to be very short yardage. As again, Ole Miss with like 8, almost 9 people in the box. Blanchard is there to make the tackle.
There's not much room for LeBrandon Tofield to run. Last year against Ole Miss, he ran the ball 2 times, averaging 57 yards rushing a game.
Tofield 5 carries tonight for a total of 10.
Ron, here's where Randall's dangerous in this shotgun because he's such a good runner.
Ole Miss backs it off with their linebackers a little bit on this formation. That's what he's going to do. Quarterback draw, ran it to his own man, and then got popped very hard by number 44, Matt Greer. And it's going to be a 3rd down situation for LSU.
And you talk about Matt Greer. He's a defensive back so close to the line of scrimmage right now. LSU's got to get him off the running game by throwing the football.
Very physical ball player. You see 4 interceptions. 2 of those came in the Florida game up in Oxford. LSU 3rd downs. 1 of 5. It's Clayton in motion, and they come with the option. And on the pitch, Tofield turns the corner, going to be tackled at around the 50-yard line. He didn't get the first down, did he? Well, wait a minute.
Matt Greer, the safety, that's his job on the option to run the alley.
Hutchins, who already has an interception in the ball game.
Matt Greer, number 44, takes on the block of the fullback. Hurley. So from where the spot is, it would appear that they are very short. Now let me ask you, Coach. Do you take a chance on getting the first down here, or do you punt back to Ole Miss and give them poor field position? Let me see how far it is. I'm hedging here right now.
Well, it's a first down. He got a very favorable spot on that one.
Greer going over the sideline, and I'm sure he's talking about the option play. Coach, I had the quarterback, then I got off on the pitch guy. I did what I was supposed to do.
So the first down picked up by the Tigers. That starting position, by the way, was their best field position to start with on the evening. Right up the middle, nothing. Ole Miss right there as they got penetration, and that's Johnson. Yari Johnson, who was out of Atlanta. Also, Josh Cooper was there to help out on the tackle as well.
Ron, they got to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to run against Ole Miss's 8- and 9-man front. You got to be able to throw the ball outside at least a few times to get Ole Miss off the run.
The Griesbach is going to stay there until they make him come off of it.
He's going to say, hey, you're going to beat me passing. You're not going to beat me running the football.
Clayton, top of the screen. He's got single coverage up there, which is always a dangerous situation. But they go with the run, and the pitch back comes. Brandon Tofield hit in the backfield, and that time Jesse Mitchell got penetration. And you can hear some scattered boos from this partisan house. They want to see something more exciting. But the coaches know what they're dealing with. Two inexperienced quarterbacks.
Well, here's what they're dealing with, Ron. If you look at the scoreboard, it's still only 3-0. So, you know, you're still in control of your own destiny right now. And you got two quarterbacks that are a little shaky.
Clock runs. We're now under 11 minutes until halftime. Tofield and Dominic Davis in the backfield this time on third down, and they need to take it to the Ole Miss 39.
Green might not be a bad call here.
He's going to go long, though. Got a man, and it is complete. That is Reggie Robinson, and Robinson takes it inside the 15-yard line, tackled by Greer after a gain of 24.
And the fans are saying the forward pass is alive here at LSU. But a good throw by Marcus Randall to Reggie Robinson, the corner route against Travis Johnson. And you're going to get one-on-one coverage because everybody's up trying to stop the run.
Tell you what I think happened on that play also. Ole Miss saw both Tofield and Davis in the backfield. They were thinking what you said. They were thinking screen. This time Tofield the lone setback. And he gets it right up the middle. Breaks it inside the 20, and he's down to the 15. Charlie Anderson holding on for dear life, but it's a gain of 9.
And here's the other thing Nick Saban and his offensive coaches, Jimbo Fisher, are thinking right now. Maybe we're not running the ball well right now, but we're running it. And if we keep running it for 4 quarters, we're going to wear this defense down. And they won't want to tackle Tofield in the 4th quarter.
Robinson and Edwards, the tight ends, 9th play of the drive. And it's Tofield again, right at the middle at the 10. First and goal. LSU to spot him down at the 6.5-yard line. Stephen Peterman, the left guard out of Waveland, Mississippi, with a fine block on the play to open the hole.
See, here's what the pass did, because all of a sudden now you can run the football. Tofield's going to cut back. He sees the open lane and he gets in the secondary. So LSU's offensive line benefiting from Randall coming into the ball game.
First down and goal. Tofield hit behind the line of scrimmage. Ball is loose, and Ole Miss has recovered at the 14-yard line. And that's Josh Cooper who comes up with the football.
Ron, a lot of penetration by Ole Miss. They met Tofield in the backfield. You're going to see all of a sudden somebody pop free. That's number 33, Hamilton, and almost tackled Tofield before he had the football.
So let's take a timeout. Ole Miss 3, LSU nothing. We'll be right back.
Got a long weekend. We're leaving early.
This is good. A little luck. We'll be there by noon. Latest. Thanks. Oh, backseat. We'll be the only car on the road. You ready?
Go.
This is gonna be great.
At BASF, we don't make the car, we make it more colorful. We don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
Dublin, Ohio, a town divided between Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss.
People, there's common ground here. Bert and Cindy, don't you both love Swiss?
Yes.
Of course you do. And who here doesn't enjoy hickory smoked bacon? Some like it on a whole breast filet, and some on a cheeseburger. But are we gonna let that tear us apart?
Choose Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger or Chicken Bacon Swiss. It's better here.
So brutal. So evil. So deadly. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Rated mature.
College basketball on ESPN2. The defending champion Terps look for a hot start to the new season. Miami of Ohio, Maryland, Sunday at 5 on ESPN2.
ESPN2's College Football Saturday Night. Brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Part of the full house tonight here at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ole Miss and LSU. As I said, this one goes back a long way. Probably the most famous play out of this one, the Billy Cannon return. And it was a 7-3 ball game that the Tigers went on to win. Turner comes back in at tailback. He gets the handoff, and wow, he got 3 defenders. Hookfin was the first man to come off the corner. And Matt Weiner, let's check with you.
Brown looking more and more like the Sooners can book some tickets to Houston for the Big 12 title game. They're about to clinch the South. Quentin Griffin up and over, and the carnage continues against Texas Tech, 39-0. Washington State now just up by 7 after a UW field goal. The Cougars can clinch the Pac-10 tonight.
Alrighty. Situation here, 2nd down and 10. Ole Miss getting the fumble recovery just a moment ago, but now trying to move the football. They get this completion to the 27 to Kerry Johnson.
Ron, you talked about the body language on the LSU sideline. And go back to last week when Brady James had that fake punt. He ran it all the way down to the Alabama 15, 20-yard line. They fumbled the next play. Well, this defense has given up 92 points in the last 3 games. They're challenged right now to stay together as a football team because they're making a lot of mistakes on offense. The defense has to shut down Ole Miss now.
3rd down. And Eli Manning and company need to take it to the 25-yard line to keep this drive going. Rolls it out, has it to his tight end Rice, and he's not only going to have the 1st down, but another 10 yards on top of that as Hunt will knock him out of bounds. But the most important thing for the Ole Miss faithful is that they hold on to the football, and this clock is moving in a hurry. We're now under 8 minutes left to play until halftime.
Yeah, right in the flat. They did a little pick right there with Kerry Johnson, but Eric Rice came out of the backfield wide open.
He looked like he was on ice, trying to chop his step so he could make the turn. It is really slick, way out on the wings there. Draw play, right up the middle, not much there. That's going to be Tremaine Turner. He will take it just shy of the 35-yard line.
When you look at Ole Miss's offense compared to LSU's defense, they're ranking number 1 in the pass game. LSU defense ranked 1 in pass defense. So the short pass has been there for Eli Manning. Nothing deep so far.
Only one team has thrown for over 200 yards against the Tiger defense this year, and that was Kentucky. Lawrence coming on the blitz right up the middle. Also James, quick pass, got it complete to the 40. Kerry Johnson is there on the receiving end. Corey Webster makes the tackle. The difficult thing, even when you send somebody, Eli Manning sets and gets his passes away extremely quickly.
Well, you talked about sacks. A quarterback has a lot to do with sacks because he knows when not to hold the football and when to get rid of it. Corey Webster, converted wide receiver, makes the tackle.
Rice and Sawyer come out at tight end. 3rd down, and again, it's about 1.5 yards, almost 2. Ole Miss with a running play. They take it right up the middle there at the 1st down. Tremaine Turner spinning and turning to the 44-yard line.
Well, this is big for LSU's defense, and again, the psyche of this football team, they can't fall too far behind because offensively they're struggling so badly right now. Ole Miss keeping the clock moving also.
And keeping the offense on the sideline. Mike, I don't think Brady James has recorded a tackle yet, has he? I don't remember calling his name. 1. Okay, we have him for 1 officially. Manning with an audible. Clock runs as we go under 6 minutes to play until halftime.
Everybody knows he's going to throw this football. Now he backs his tail back up to the draw.
And at left tackle. It's a gain of about 4 yards. Allen is there to make the tackle. And a reminder, it's Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS at 7:30 Eastern. Join Stuart Scott and the best in the business for all the news from Week 12 in the NFL. Then at 9 o'clock, Al Michaels and John Madden in San Francisco for Monday Night Football. It's a huge showdown between division leaders Jeff Garcia, Terrell Owens, and the 49ers meeting the Philadelphia Eagles.
And Terrell Owens, one of the more exciting wide receivers in the pro league.
And a new quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Boy, that.
LSU jumping all over the place, but they stay at home, and that pass is complete, just shy of the 45. It is enough for the first down to Chris Collins. And now Ole Miss just chipping away at this LSU defense. It's almost like quick pitches and getting out of the backfield.
Yeah, they're picking them right now. They're picking them in spots where they're weak at right there. You see Corey Webster in coverage on Collins, but he's just a stop route. Wide open. Eli Manning gets it right to him.
Well, Eli has now hit 4 in a row. Under 5 minutes left until halftime. Manning going to go on top. Looking long down at the 10. Just a little bit too far. Chris Collins, the intended receiver.
Trying to work on Randall Gay again. Chris Collins was speedy. Wide receiver gets away from Gay, doesn't let him get a chuck on him, and ball's just barely overthrown.
10th play of the drive coming up here.
All of a sudden, LSU trying to stop the short passing game. Goes to bump and run to get the fade thrown on him.
Blitz coming off that right side. Manning gets his pass away, and it is almost intercepted by Hunt. Boy, Jack Hunt did a nice job of playing possum. Stayed off the ball, then had the break on it, and you could see it. He just dropped it. Jeremy Lawrence was applying a lot of pressure on Eli Manning.
There's the pressure on Eli Manning first as they roll him a little bit to the left again. There's the hit on him. Jack Hunt, now this is the second pass LSU's had a chance to intercept, and it dropped.
So it's 3rd down, and Ole Miss needs to take it to the 35-yard line. Crowd coming to life for the LSU defense. They drop off into coverage, sending 4, and he lobs his pass, has a man there, and caught it. No, they say incomplete. He caught it out of bounds at the 25.
Yeah, he did not make the catch. Bill Flowers, almost a great catch. Here's the throw on the sideline. Drops the football as he goes out of bounds. Randall Gay again, the corner.
The pass was thrown really nicely. Just couldn't hold on.
Touch.
Flowers, of course, is Danny Richmond Flowers. He was an All-American at Tennessee, a track man, played with, Dallas, and also with the New York Giants. End over end is this kick. And
great kick.
Yeah, this is going to bound inside the 10, and that thing is going to go dead at the 7-yard line. 38 yards on the punt. 4:19 left until halftime. Rebels by 3.
Tonight on SportsCenter, OSU's headed to Tempe, but just barely. Is the Heisman headed to Happy Valley? And the unbeaten Mavs take on the Sonics. SportsCenter after the game, ESPN.
9 men trapped 240 feet beneath the earth. You saw it on the news. Now see what it's really like when time is running out. The Pennsylvania Miners Story, a world premiere movie event. Sunday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Everyone at All-Star Nissan was so nice. They explained everything thoroughly. The features, the different options about the car, and even the financing. The people there were interested in what I needed. In fact, All-Star made it fun. I'm 100% satisfied.
Experience the All-Star treatment. We go out of our way to put you in the driver's seat.
Choose All-Star, where the deals are sweet.
Treads & Care Tire Company offers a full range of auto repair services and quality tires. We now offer the high-mileage, fuel-efficient Toyo tires. The new Toyo 800 Ultra with a 100,000-mile limited warranty may even outlast your vehicle. Treads and Care Tire Company has 5 convenient locations to better serve local families. For quality Toyo tires and other great values, Treads and Care Tire Company has the tires you need and the service you want.
When Marcus Randall came on the field the last series, he hits Reggie Robinson and opens up the corner route. Then Brandon Tofield runs up inside, picks up the first down. Then the costly fumble. And Ole Miss stopped that drive.
Ryan Hamilton, number 33, is the man who knocked it loose. Now let's see how much the LSU offensive coaches are going to let Marcus Randall do. Total yardage, Ole Miss 131 and LSU 78. Straight ahead with the running play. And Adrian Carson, let's check back with you on the sideline.
Ever since Matt Mount's injury in the Florida game, late in the game, there's been inconsistency at best in the LSU offense. Matt, there seems to be a lack of desperation, which can be a good thing here on the bench tonight.
Yeah, I think so. You know, ever since the injury, I think it's just kind of we're trying to find out what we're going to do to be consistent. And, you know, I think both Rick and Marcus are capable of doing it. It's just going to take time. You know, both of them need a little bit more game experience. And same thing with me. You know, it's rocky when you first start off, but there's game experience and you get better and better.
One more question after the play, Ron.
Okay. Second down as a scrimmage from the 10. Here they come to the option, and the pitch, boy, did Marcus get taken apart after he pitched the ball. And Ole Miss says, you're not going to bring that in our house. Chris Herring, who has been out with an injury, a freshman out of Cortland, Mississippi, had an ankle and is back. And Adrian, let's go back to you.
In that play lies the good example. They're both capable, but who gives you the best opportunity to win this game in the second half?
I think it's just whoever has the hot hand. You have to let both guys go out there and, you know, just try to do their best. And obviously, whoever helps move the ball more is who you're going to go with.
Matt, appreciate your honesty.
All right, thanks a lot.
Ron?
Okay, Matt injured in the Florida game. Injured ligaments in his foot. Was a professional baseball player. Then came to LSU to play football, and after his football career, he wants to become a doctor. Set him in the pocket. Now here he's going to run. 10 at the 15, and with that collision, he's not going to have the first down. It's going to be fourth down.
Here's the problem for LSU not getting the first down. Now, Ole Miss still has 3 timeouts, so that's a lot of time for Eli Manning to take his offense down and score.
Mike, do you, if you're Ole Miss, do you go try to get one here?
No, I think you try to return this, call the timeout like they're doing, try to return this and put Eli Manning in great field position.
So Ole Miss calls a timeout, and we'll take it with them. 3-0. Rebs lead. We'll be right back.
Looking for parental controls that work harder? Introducing MSN 8, where advanced Microsoft software helps protect your kids with more flexible controls you set, controls AOL can't match. It's better with the Butterfly. Call 866-TRY-MSN 8.
Oh, this cold. I need a good night's sleep.
This will make you feel better.
Will I sleep better?
Much better. You'll sleep like a baby.
Yeah, I wake up every 2 hours.
Like Sleeping Beauty. Sleep like you did before we had kids.
Give me that.
NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, best sleep you ever got with a cold medicine.
The passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
3-0, Ole Miss leads, and you got to credit the Ole Miss defense. LSU in 6 drives tonight. 3 of them, it has been 3 downs and out, and they have held the Tigers to 87 total yards here in this first half. Donnie Jones waits for the snap back at the 2-yard line.
Around LSU been shut out 6 quarters, so not much offense here at Tiger Stadium.
And the left footer's kick, end over end. Going to be caught by Armstead at the 43. Goes across midfield and inside the 45 down to the 43. And a reminder that Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, Ole Miss and Peyton Manning take on Mississippi State. 75th edition of the Egg Bowl, College Football Thursday, presented by Circuit City on ESPN.
Ron, I think the Egg Bowl has been shown on ESPN for 5 straight years. Lee Corso has been there for Thanksgiving each of the, I don't say 5 years, because I think he's done it the last 3 or 4.
Tremaine Turner checks back in at tailback. Manning dumps this one off and has got it to Rosano as fullback at the 30, and he will step out of bounds just shy of the 25. Randall Gay defensively, but it's good for 15 yards.
Yeah, give John Latina, the offensive coordinator, David Cutcliffe, a big plus here for play calling, because they really have LSU on their back feet, because they're just hitting open wide receivers, and there's a lot of time with 2:09 left to go in the clock and 2 timeouts for Eli.
LSU coming with the blitz, and Turner fortunate he did not get caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of only 2. Jack Hunt was the man coming after him, and Bruce Wyatt also on the tackle.
Ron, Jack Hunt was on the safety blitz, and he came free. He almost was there before the ball start. Here he comes right here. Watch him come in here. Almost makes the tackle, but he slips off of him. And Wyatt helped him.
Tigers bring 8 men in the box. Manning throws the middle screen. Collins, almost as if maybe Collins had stayed to the outside, Mike. He might have had a lot more space out there.
Well, Trey Stallings, number 70, comes out to block Demetrius Hookfin, and that's the only thing. Hookfin really makes a great play. Watch number 70 come out and block Hookfin, but Hookfin sidesteps him and makes the play. If he blocks him, it's a touchdown.
Yep. And you can see people sliding again. Timeout is called. 1:06 left until halftime. We'll be right back.
There are over 200 bones in the body, and we have more than 200 student organizations. Maybe that's why there's not a lazy bone in our student body. Very humorous.
Yeah. Isn't it smashing that the school that has sent 24 Rhodes Scholars to Oxford, England, is in Oxford, Mississippi? Quite right, old bean.
Coming up at halftime, rivalry week. We've got buckets and axes and the like up for grabs around the country. We'll tell you about those. Buckeye Fiesta, Ohio State, one half of the national championship matchup. Plus, Sooners rolling their way to the Big 12 championship game. Plus, we've got Trev Outward with Mark May. We're already arguing. Coming up at halftime.
All righty, our situation, 3rd down for Ole Miss. They need to take it to the 17-yard line. Manning from the shotgun. Right over the middle, has it complete at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Mike Westby.
Ron had talked about Hookfin doing a great job to play before, and he really is in good coverage here on Espy, but he just doesn't make the play. That's a lot of points when LSU's offense struggling.
And Ole Miss's defense playing well. Yeah. Extra point attempt, trying to make it 10-0, and Nichols knocks it home. Espy, his dad, former Secretary of the Agriculture.
Yeah, here's Espy going to run a slant, and then watch Hookbin because he's right there, but he just doesn't make the play. He just misses the tackle and strike up the band. Great shape right there to make the tackle.
And Ole Miss did a good job of having a single person over the middle, and it was wide open after that missed tackle.
Brady James also misses a tackle on Espy. So 2 missed tackles. Eli Manning feeling very comfortable right now with a 10-0 lead.
As I said, I have a feeling that in fact, I know Peyton is watching this game somewhere tonight. All of these brothers are so close that when spring practice happens in Oxford, Mike, Peyton comes down and he will spend a week when they're working out twice, sometimes 3, and he goes to practice, he watches, he takes notes, and it's his brother. But they go and they watch video together, and he's been a tremendous help. But it's a thing of, you can watch them throw. Their setup and the way they deliver the ball and everything are very, very much alike.
Similar offenses. Peyton playing for David Cutcliffe and Philip Fulmer at Tennessee. Same offense.
Lee Rogers prepares to kick it off. And he kicks this one away. This is Davis from the 4. Davis will take it across the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Less than a minute to play in this opening half, and right now, very quiet Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, Nick Saban's going to have to really do a good job at halftime, him and his coaches. I don't think they'll take many chances right here. I think they'll go in behind 10-0, but he needs to get his offense in gear. No points in 6 quarters. Now, Alabama had a lot to do with that defensively. And Ole Miss is playing lights out on defense also. But you've got to get the ball to Clayton and Henderson. They are 2 of the better receivers in the SEC.
There's Michael Clayton, youngster who is from right here in Baton Rouge. He's a high school All-American of basketball, outstanding athlete. You can see the slip by the quarterback, and the pass is complete, and that's Myers. Gerald Myers, one of the roommates of Marcus Randall. Von Hutchins comes over to make the tackle, but it's good for 17 yards.
And Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher letting it fly right here because they know Eli Manning's not stopped scoring either. And Randall getting good confidence. 2-2 as a starter. Lost to Auburn and Alabama as a starter.
47 seconds left until halftime. Randall wants to throw again. This one right over the middle, almost intercepted as the pass was thrown behind the receiver, and Eddie Strong was right there and almost had a gift.
Yeah, Devery Henderson couldn't hold on to it. A little bit behind him. Eddie Strong really did have a shot to pick that off.
This is a bang-bang play right here. There we go. Just behind him, and all of a sudden, Strong, as he's about to make the tackle, almost caught the football first.
What Randall needs is one of those plays against Kentucky.
What everybody needs are about 3-inch cleats. I'm telling you, it's a skating rink out there. Clayton right over the middle, and they make the short tackle. Eddie Strong makes the stop, and he'll call a timeout with 32.7 seconds.
Ron, this is not bad for Randall. Here's Clayton running the crossing route, makes the play, but Eddie Strong with a nice tackle. But I really believe Marcus Randall is going to get confidence from this, and he may be able to carry that over in the second half. 3 out of 4, 44 yards.
Well, it's obvious you can see that with guys like Clayton, with Myers, and also Henderson, if you can get them a 4 or 5 yard pass, they are good enough athletes that if they break a tackle, they can turn it into a 60-yard play.
Well, they got skill. Now, when you look at Clayton and Henderson, like you say, add Myers in there, Reggie Robinson, Eric Edwards, pretty good tight end. Then you got Dominic Davis, Adai. We haven't seen him tonight. LeBrandon Tofield. They have skill. You just got to get them the ball. It's like basketball. You need a point guard to get the ball distributed to the scorers. And that's what LSU's not doing. they could get anything on the board here before half. It would be a win. They still have 2 timeouts. You got to throw the ball down the field.
Now just checking ahead for Bello. If the situation would afford itself, his longest field goal is 49 yards. 3rd down for LSU. They need to take it to the Ole Miss 49. Here comes the blitz up the middle. They got it complete to Davis, and the running back up the sideline. They force him out of bounds. Enough for the first down, and it'll stop the clock. They're at the 47-yard line.
They go back to Randall again. That only took 5 seconds on a play to pick up good yardage. Randall, quick delivery, accurate on that pass.
First time that Davis has a reception tonight. Ticks left until halftime. And Ole Miss hoping that they can keep them off the scoreboard, leading 10-0. Good job of protection. Clint breaks the tackle. That's what I'm talking about. And he'll take it inside the 35 to the 32. When that guy breaks a tackle with his kind of ability, hang on.
Here's the other thing that's important here, Ron. Coaches always talk to players about, here's Clayton taking the hit from Eddie Strong. They start Clausen tonight. Randall doesn't go over and sulk. He waits his turn to get back on the field. He's ready to play. It probably helped him that Clausen was the starter tonight so he could watch from the sideline. He's ready to go.
Well, Marcus is 5 of 6 for 68 yards. Ole Miss showing blitz off the corner, and here they come. It is picked up nicely right over the middle, wide open Davis. 25, and he slips down at the 20-yard line. Ole Miss had a 12th defender out there, and Mother Nature in this dude.
Yeah, LSU going to take another timeout. They got one more left. And Ole Miss giving them the little short passes.
Well, 2 weeks ago, this unbelievable finish will be remembered as one of the most exciting moments in LSU football history.
When we broke the huddle, you know, we knew it was do or die.
So I rolled out, and I was saying, man, it's just going to be a long throw right here.
I saw Kentucky defenders, like, positioning themselves like to try to catch the ball and tip it. So my instincts, I guess, just made me go behind them.
All I was saying was, ooh, ooh, ooh.
As soon as I touched the ball and caught it, it was like a dream.
It was a dream for LSU, but it was a nightmare for the Kentucky Wildcats because they were ready to cover the field with their fans in excitement, and Coach Morris had already been anointed with the Gatorade, and the nightmare occurred.
Yeah, they haven't scored since that. We have a cameraman down there, Steve. He's waving, and it was a nightmare for him because he's a big Kentucky fan, lives in Lexington, and he's now off of us. He just gave us don't talk about it anymore.
He's tired of hearing about the miracle.
I'll tell you what, now 10 seconds to go. You got to throw one, try to get one in the end zone right here. Clayton's your best shot.
See if Ole Miss has single coverage on him. It appears right now that they are going to have single coverage on him. Marcus Randall from a shotgun. Sets, looking over the middle. Now he's going to run. Throws, has a man in the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. And that's Henry Henderson, 19 yards.
Score will help the halftime talk. Rando came to play. I like his demeanor.
Henderson shaken up. You can see they're holding that wrist for Bello to attempt the extra point, trying to make it a 10-7 ball game. to the X-ray room. Meanwhile, Corbello will attempt the extra point, trying to cut that lead to 3. Good pass, and the kick is up and good. And with 2.3 seconds showing on the clock, LSU comes from the doldrums and down 10-0.
Devery Henderson is going to run right in that area right there and become open because Marcus Randall buys some time. Good pass protection. He's going to hit him. Hutchins in coverage. Touchdown. I like the way Nick Saban didn't sit on the ball. They tried to make something happen. They get 7 points.
Well, there's a situation also, Mike, where a mobile quarterback was able to keep the play alive just because of his mobility.
Well, I like the fact he didn't start. He didn't complain. He was ready to play when the coach called on him.
Henderson, as we suggested, being taken on up the tunnel and into the locker room. Let's take a look at the play one more time.
Here's Davis wide open too, but he chooses Henderson for the touchdown.
Wes Scott was the man trying to defend on the play. So Marcus Randall, 7 of 8 for 100 yards and 1 touchdown.
And he looked good. Those passes were accurate, and he delivered the ball quick. And he's congratulating his offensive line. That's a wise thing to do because they gave him protection on that play. The whole drive.
And Corbello's going to pooch this one. Armstead, and we are in halftime. So as they head to the locker room, LSU up and making some noise because after being down 10-0, they took the ball and drove it to score. Adrian Karsten, let's check with you.
Ole Miss got to 7 when they absolutely needed it, but Coach, on defense, you have to be wary now because LSU proves they're only 1 play away.
Well, they have playmakers, and they're going to make some plays. We played good on defense. We got to get more pressure on the quarterback. We can hit that run quarterback some. We'll make some plays.
Coach, we'll see you in the second 30. Ron?
So our halftime score, Ole Miss 10-7. And now here's Matt Weiner with the halftime report. Matt?
Hi, Ron. Thank you very much. So LSU finally on the board. Actually, their first touchdown since that unbelievable Hail Mary against Kentucky a few weeks ago. Matt Weiner, Mark May, and Trev Alberts making a rare Studio B cameo appearance here on the College Game Day halftime report. You know, Oklahoma needs some help if they're going to make the BCS championship game. First, they have to take care of business, make it to the Big 12 championship game. Winner between Texas Tech and the Sooners gets there representing the South, Quentin Griffin.
Can't find him. He's too small. Keeps his balance. What a great run. 62 yards, touchdown, Oklahoma.
Maybe the run of the day. 14-0 at that point. Second quarter, 16-0. More Sooners. His understudy, Mark.
Jan Jones going right up the middle. Nice job. Great blocking, but just a dive play up the middle. It's the guys up front that got it done.
It has been all Sooners in this ball game. 53-15. Tech finally got on the board courtesy a kickoff return. You see what Griffin has done on a day when running backs have gone nuts. Griffin getting it done as well. His final home appearance, 207 yards. Get to the half of the national championship game. Ohio State did their part. It's all coming up on the halftime report.
The Junction Boys, Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. on ESPN. Warner Brothers Pictures presents One Sick Mobster.
Yeah.
I'm going to release him into your custody.
You have to get a job now.
What's that supposed to be a joke? Look at the size of that trunk. I put 3 bodies in it.
Robert De Niro.
There's got to be something that you like to do.
Well, I like hitting guys over the head with a baseball bat. That's always good.
Billy Crystal.
Either he's in or he's dead.
I think it is better. If I had a vote, I would vote in.
Analyze that.
Hoo-ah!
Rated R. Starts Friday, December 6th.
lifetime is full of important memories. Memories that need to be captured, shared, enjoyed, and preserved. That's why you trust your memories to Cadares. Introducing Mitsubishi's new 2003 55-inch widescreen, high-definition ready digital television. On sale for only $23.99. Value and trust from the people who know. Cadares. The choice is clear.
Back on the College Game Day halftime report, Washington State on the BCS bubble in regards to the championship game. Win over rival Washington, wins the Pac-10. The Apple Cup, Jason Gesser, first pass, picked up. Owen Biddle. This would lead to a Husky touchdown. 7-0 UW. Second quarter, 7-3 now. Jermaine Green around the left side. It'll get in, and Wazoo up 10-7. Later in the second, same score. Gesser working again. Sammy Moore. Defender falls. 67 yards on the touch. Washington State looks like they're pulling away, guys. 17-7. But Cody Pickett to Paul Arnold. Pickett, the single-season Pac-10 passing leader, closes the gap a little bit. Jason Gesser has left this game, gone for x-rays, an injury to his right fibula. He is not expected to return in this ball game, and that is obviously bad news for the Cougars. How about USC and UCLA? Trojans ready to take on their crosstown rivals. SC up 7-0. Carson Palmer, the Pac-10's all-time leading passer, to Kerry Colbert. That was the play that did it. SC leads 14-zip. Same score. Palmer sneaks it to the outside. You know, he's 6'6". He's not really known as a runner, but watch this maneuver. Don't put your shoulder down. Wow. It's a whole lot of quarterbacks flying through the air. SC wins it 52-21. At one point, up by 38 on 4th and 3. They go for it and score 38 points. Well, USC is the best team in the Pac-10. Well, that's what you do. It's the killer instinct in these rivalry games. Let's go back to Oklahoma. We saw them before the break, and this, a lot of folks think, may be one of the top 2 teams in the country. Right now, they still need some help.
Well, they do, and not only the way they need help, this is a football team that I wouldn't want to play right now, because after their loss to Texas A&M, this team is playing mad. They're out on the field playing angry, and they want to prove to everybody that that wasn't the Oklahoma team against Texas A&M that you want to see on the field to play. They want to show each and every opponent that that was a fluke, that game. And if I tell you right now today, if they played them 9 more times, they would defeat Texas A&M 9 more times. But they need help in this situation. They need right now, they need Washington State to lose this game. Washington State's in a tough game right now with Washington. That would help them right now.
Would you like to apologize to Oklahoma?
What?
You made me apologize Thursday night. Would you like to apologize?
For what?
Give me an apology. You thought Texas Tech, Cliff Kingsbury's going to win the Heisman Trophy tonight.
I said, if Cliff Kingsbury beats Oklahoma, then he deserves to win the Heisman
clarification.
Trophy. But I will apologize, because I'll tell you what, this team was not prepared to play Oklahoma.
The whole time for my
Oklahoma dismantled them in this football.
Look, and I always thought, we always talk about Cliff Kingsbury and everything and how much he meant to this offense, but I thought the real key to this game wasn't necessarily him. It was Oklahoma's running ability against Texas Tech's defense. Early in the season, you beat Tech because they couldn't stop the run. You ran right at them. Last week against Texas, did a great job. Held them to under 100 yards rushing. Oklahoma came out and established a run. Quentin Griffith over 200 yards rushing. That's the story of the game. Yes, Oklahoma's defense is playing great, but offensively, 53 points. Are you kidding me? They're playing great.
Control the tempo. You hog the ball. That's the way you do it. You keep Cliff Kingsbury in those.
I just want an apology every now and then.
I apologize twice. Take it. Enjoy it.
Keep them in separate studios most of the day. Not unlike Auburn and Alabama, folks. They don't want to get that close all that often. They were today in Tuscaloosa. Auburn 3-0 in Tuscaloosa all time, and the Auburn, the wrong game. This is a different show, guys. First quarter, Auburn up 7-0. Jason Campbell to Robert Johnson, 9 yards, touchdown Tigers. Auburn up 14-zip. They would take a 17-0 lead. Third quarter, Tyler Watts, Antonio Beard, 1 yard. Tied, back into it, 17-7. Fourth quarter, Brody Coyle looking for Sam Collins, and he's picked off. Carlos Rogers and Auburn goes on to win at 17-7. They're now 4-0 all-time in Tuscaloosa.
I don't take anything away from Auburn at all, but this was just not the Alabama team that last week destroyed LSU. I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't seem like they didn't show up to play.
Arkansas still figures into the SEC West equation. They win at Mississippi State 26-19. They've won 4 straight in Starkville. And you see Matt Jones, a couple of touchdown passes there. South Carolina Clemson, another rivalry game. Bernard Rambert, 4-yard touchdown, untouched. Clemson up 7-3. Second quarter, 10-6 Tigers. Donriel Pinkins back to pass. Looking to the end zone. And picked up. Brian Mance, 4th consecutive game with an interception. Tigers up 13-6. Pickens to Troy Williamson. Beautiful pass. Williamson will do the rest. More from South Carolina, getting the offense going a little bit here. Now their quarterback's playing safety. Andrew Pinnock. Backfield, chock full of Gamecocks. They give it to Andrew Pinnock. He's into the end zone. This game happening over on ESPN. And Carolina up 20-13 on Clemson right now. Earlier today, 24-0 Tennessee over Vanderbilt. That's 20 straight wins in this series for the Vols. Cedric Houston, 140 yards and a touchdown. Washington and Washington State. Let's get you an update on the Apple Cup. UW set up for the field goal.
It is good.
And you heard him say it. It is good. 20 all now. So Oklahoma among the folks really becoming Husky fans right now. This game possibly headed to overtime. Keep you updated on this one. You see what Cody Pickett has done. 339 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And again, Jason Gesser out of that game. Thursday night football on ESPN. You see Eli Manning, the guy you're watching tonight, take on his rival, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, in the Egg Bowl. You know why it's an Egg Bowl?
No.
The trophy, shaped like an egg.
Well, at least it's not an axe.
That's it. Ohio State into the end zone. Much discussion about the Buckeyes' win over the Wolverines coming up.
This holiday season, Honda's got great deals on new sport and utility ATVs, so you can play in the snow or in the dirt. Qualified buyers can get $29 payments for the first 6 months with the Honda card. Or lock in our lowest rate of the year, a 4.9% fixed APR through Honda Financial Services. Plus, you can get up to $300 in bonus bucks when you purchase select models. But hurry, gifts that go are going fast.
Chariots with 4 horses. Try 700. NASCAR Thunder 2003. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
So, Vanessa, like my new phone? Sleek, huh?
Yeah, Ving, it's different.
All the latest features and big buttons.
Yeah, Ving, but don't you think it's kind of,
Did I mention big buttons?
He loves his big phone, and you'll love our big Motorola deals. At Radio Shack, get the Motorola V120C for just $9.99 with activation, regularly $19.99. While you're at Radio Shack, cast your vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
Ole Miss Rebels have won 3 straight in Death Valley. Eli Manning to Mike Espy, his 18th touchdown pass of the season. The Rebs up by 3 in Baton Rouge. Ohio State and Michigan. Perhaps you heard something about the game beforehand.
Yeah, it was a nice game.
Lloyd Carr, Jim Tressel, playing nice beforehand. Fourth quarter, 9-7 Michigan. First and 10 Ohio State. Krenzel in the shotgun. Wide open, Maurice Claret, who was gutty in this. That's a 25-yard gain, and that led to this. 2 plays later, Maurice Hall takes the pitch, and he'll take the credit for a 4-yard touchdown run. So the Buckeyes up 14-9. 1 second left. John Navarre. Last chance, picked off. Ball game. Ohio State wins it 14-9, and they are headed to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Claret again, gutsy. He had that stinger, probably left the game in obvious pain. 119 yards rushing and a touchdown. Jim Tressel headed for the championship.
You're headed to the national championship. Congratulations.
Well, I don't know if that's for sure, but I'm sure proud that Ohio State won in the big rivalry. And I tell you what, we're so proud of our kids. They play like crazy. That's the Ohio State-Michigan game, 60 minutes.
But, Coach, 13 games ago, you gritted for the long haul. All of the planning that you and your staff made comes to its fruition today.
I tell you what, it's awful special, and we got great kids, we got great coaches.
Well, I think as fans watch Ohio State around the country, they keep continually come away thinking, well, this team isn't that good because they keep winning these close games. But the fact is, they keep winning these close games.
Yeah, they do. Your record indicates how good you are as a football team. And obviously, Ohio State, they're undefeated. So that means that they are a good football team. But we all talk about Maurice Clarett and the season that he's had. He's been injured. He's been up and down. But coming back in this game, showing the heart and determination playing injured. Well, let's talk about the defense from Ohio State, particularly at home. Their last 3 games against Minnesota, Penn State, and now Michigan, total shutouts in the second half. Mark Antonio, their defensive coordinator, deserves kudos and a game ball for this because it's his halftime adjustments in every game, the last 3 home games, that has been able Ohio State to achieve success in winning these football games. People don't talk about that, but I think that's key in this program because their defense leads this team. Forget about their offense. Craig Krenzel, nice job at quarterback. Maurice Clarett, outstanding job at running back, but it's the defense that leads this football team, make no mistake.
Ohio State is in. Let's look ahead just a little bit. Obviously, Miami has to do its part to get into the title game. What do you see?
Would you allow me to assume that Miami's going to win the final 2 games?
Just for the sake of argument.
For the sake of argument.
This is fiction.
Let's just say that Miami's going to go ahead and win these final 2 games. You look at that game, and initially you might think, it's a blowout. This game isn't even close. After being down at Miami on Thursday night and watching Pittsburgh, it's interesting. Miami will not put their 2 safeties up at the line of scrimmage. The front 7 is forced to stop the run. If Maurice Clarett continues to heal, and he's 100% in this game, I'm telling you, because they won't put their safeties up there, Ohio State's going to be in this game. They have a good enough defense. Mark, I'm telling you, they can run the football against this Miami. I would pick Miami to win. I'm just telling you, it's not going to be the blowout you think it is.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw Miami play.
Look behind the scenes a little bit.
We're looking at the entire picture, and you look at Ohio State. They certainly did, but this is a team that will bring up the safeties because this is the championship game. They will change if they're being run on against Ohio State. I guarantee that Miami will. They didn't have to. They won.
This is an argument for December, assuming Miami wins its next 2 football games, which it has to.
But that's a fact.
Speaking of the BCS, Florida State, despite the 3 losses, still had a chance to get itself into a BCS game by winning the ACC. Again, if they could win at North Carolina State, Chuck Amano with his cool glasses. Second quarter, 3-0 NC State. They're going for the field goal, or are they? No! And it's fumbled. It backfires. Michael Boulware scoops it and scores it for the touchdown. Seminoles up 7-3.
And that's your highlight for Florida State.
That should have kicked it. And that was pretty much it. Later second quarter, NC State first and goal. Who are you going to give it to? You're going to give it to T.A. McClendon. Totally awesome. Touchdown, NC State, 10-7 at the half. Fourth quarter now, he finally got the run game going a little bit. Wolfpack, they got good special teams. They got bad special teams. That's a safety. They had 2 safeties in this game. And NC State wins 10 games for the first time in the program's history. 17-7 was final. Maryland and Virginia. Saw this game right here on ESPN2. Fridge didn't like what he saw. Scott McBride picked off by Jermaine Hardy. That leads to a touchdown. Big hit on Chris Downs. Tossed it up. Led to another touchdown. Scott McBride one more time. And that's through the hands, and that's also picked. Michael Johnson finishes with the touchdown. 48-13. You guys shocked by this result?
Yes, I thought Maryland was playing as the best team in the ACC. But you know what? Virginia's a young team. You better look out next year for Virginia.
LSU trying to play their way to the SEC title game. They got some work to do against Ole Miss. We'll get you back out to Baton Rouge.
There they are.
Outback's curbside takeaway. Call up, pull up, and we'll bring it right to your car. So you can enjoy our perfectly grilled shrimp and our juicy steaks seared to perfection.
Hey, I think you might have accidentally locked me out.
Outback's curbside takeaway.
Wow, an HP digital camera. Wow, an HP all-in-one printer. Wow, an Office Depot person who will be there if I have any questions.
Office Depot has all the latest technology, like easy-to-use HP digital imaging products for long-lasting film-quality digital pictures. And Office Depot has the people to demonstrate how everything works. All at Office Depot's everyday low prices that are sure to please every family. Office Depot. What you need to know.
At VWatch, you'll find quality name brand furniture at low, low prices every day. That's why smart shoppers from all over South Louisiana have been coming here for over 40 years. You won't find high-pressure salespeople or fancy showroom at VWatch. Just 30,000 square feet of great furniture values and a friendly atmosphere. No big city prices, no big city hassle. So take a drive out to the country and come see us at VWatch Furniture, Highway 190 in Livingston, where quality furniture really does cost less.
People in your life make all the difference. The best of times are the times with your friends. In my life, all my friends are with me till the end. Life is good when you've got your friends.
Bringing friends together is one of the ways digital technology makes our lives a little better. And you can count on us to help make it all possible.
Life is good when you've got your friends.
Analyst discord continues here in the studio even during the commercial break. Clemson, South Carolina now tied up at 20 with 13 and change left. Washington and Washington State have gone overtime. And again, Jason Gesser out of that one. Back out to Baton Rouge.
Grant City, hardest place on earth. And lately, I've been on its bad side. And it's only gonna get worse. At some point, a man's got to stand for something. Guess I'll stand for myself. Dead to rights, rated M for mature.
Oh, my ears! She's terrible!
She's great.
You're being too easy on her, Hulk.
I like things to be easy.
Like 10-10-220.
Exactly.
I know 10-10-220 is cheap, but it's easy too.
Yeah, there's no signing up. You just pick up the phone and dial it.
And all calls up to 20 minutes are 99 cents.
Easy and cheap. I'll have to try it. Thank you.
I told you she was great.
You should switch to decaf.
Dial 10-10-220.
Ice. It starts out onto your feet. Puddle, to pond, to rink. Then one day, you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it, fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
The magic of a Saturday night when you're in the Bayou country. Ole Miss leads at 10-7, and Mike Godfrey, we always talk in terms of 2-minute drills. That literally was a 60-second drill on the part of LSU, and now we're going to find out how much carryover there is into the third quarter.
Yeah, Marcus Randall really played well, and I'm going to say exactly what I said at the start of this broadcast. Toefield, 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 because the passing game will open up LeBrandon Toefield.
Well, now Ole Miss will get the ball to open the second half as Corbello prepares to kick it off. The defensive leaders, Eddie Strong, 7 tackles in the first half. Hutchins with 4. Corey Webster with 5, and Gay with 4. This kickoff will be returned from the 2. Armstead has a little bit of an opening, and then a nice tackle is by Michael Clayton. Adrian Karsten, what do you got for us?
When the Bayou Bengals get the ball back, it is going to be, as Mike says, Marcus Randall's offense to direct. And even though Coach Saban admits to me there may be still be some on-the-job training going on there, every play is more experience for him. The only problem is, Ron, take away the other half of the Bluegrass Miracle. Devery Henderson is out for the season with a broken right arm. So keep your eyes on Michael Clayton. He's been very frustrated. Doesn't think he's gotten the ball enough, but they also want to run the ball as well.
Okay, tough situation for Devery. Pearson, a redshirt freshman out of Ripley, Mississippi, comes in a tailback. And that's Pearson in motion to the top of the screen. And they hand it off to the fullback, and Rosano is going to take it close to the 20-yard line. And in the first half, Mike, tell me what jumps out at you as you look at the stats.
The biggest thing is rushing yardage for LSU. Everybody has run on Ole Miss. LSU cannot run in the first half, but I really believe the way Randall ended the half, that will open up in the second half.
Eli Manning, short drop right over the middle, got a man wide open. That's Rice, a tight end, and he'll have the first down plus about 6 yards as he takes it to, well, they're going to spot him down at the 34-yard line. There's Lejeune as their defensive.
Yeah, Eric Rice is just going to sit down. You see him right there, sit down. He gets zone coverage. Eli Manning, quick delivery, first down.
Mike, you know, Ziegler was hurt last year, but they lost him for the season back early in the Vanderbilt game. They almost had to change major parts of their offense because Doug Ziegler was such an integral part of the offensive system for Ole Miss. Here comes the reverse. Collins, and good open field tackle as he stopped at the 39.
You're right. I talked to John Latina, the offensive coordinator. They said that even though they have tight ends, they're undersized. Eric Rice is 6'3", 230. Ziegler was a good blocker, good pass receiver, and that was a big loss to this offense, as this is a big loss for LSU.
Devery Henderson, you can see the cast already on the arm. Pressure. That one's going to be a little bit underthrown, but he's fortunate to get it away to Eric Rice.
Now Marcus Spears was right there, Ron. When you have a quarterback like Eli Manning that's going to come out after the fake, you got to check the quarterback, and Marcus Spears checks him and hits him and causes him to underthrow the football.
Spears eyeing the quarterback. It's third down, and Ole Miss needs to take it just across the 43-yard line. They lead it 10-7, opening possession of the second half. Manning rolls a pocket, throws a frozen rope at the 45-yard line to Espy. Espy caught the touchdown pass to put Ole Miss up 10-0. Boy, he zinged this one right here.
Yeah, I really believe they confused LSU with the motion, and LSU didn't run with the motion. Espy is going to sit down again, wide open in the zone coverage. Eli Manning, very accurate. Jack Hunt makes the tackle.
A lot of mustard on that one. You're right. He settled down right in front of the defender, and not much they could do with that one. First down from the 45. Manning, his receiver fell down. Good job of the offensive line to pick him up, and the ball is complete at the 47 to Chris Collins. And let's check back again with Matt Weiner.
Ron, the Apple Cup hotly contested in Chili Pullman. Each team in overtime got a field goal. We're into round 2, and again, Jason Gesser has left this game with a fibula injury. He will not return.
Wow. Well, that could be really costly. This is Lionel Turner, who was down. Manning right here did a really good job. Then his offensive line came over very astutely and picked up the defenders as he reversed his field. But his receiver had fallen down, and he had no place to go to the left. So he had to take it back to the right.
And Eli showed good feet. They're getting away from the LSU rush and getting outside.
So let's take a timeout. 12:24 left in the third. Ole Miss by 3.
Which SUV received the highest possible rating in the Insurance Institute's low-speed and high-speed crash tests? The new Subaru Forester. Which SUV has the most standard safety features in its class? The new Forester. Which SUV comes standard with Subaru all-wheel drive to help avoid accidents? The new Subaru Forester. Unprecedented protection. When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 1.9% APR.
Dead meat. You're the best. The best. Come on, Sergeant.
If they're into movies, go to the one place that has it all. There's something fun for everyone at Best Buy.
Now through Wednesday at Zales, take an extra 25% off, even on sale prices, like these $9.99 1-carat diamond stud earrings for just $6.99. At Zales, the diamond store.
Cold symptoms got you low on energy? Get DayQuil. The daytime non-drowsy, stuffy head, sore throat, coughing, aching, fever help get back your energy medicine. From the makers of NyQuil.
There is a start. There is a finish. And in the journey between, there are dreams. The NCAA Hall of Champions keeps these dreams alive for you. More than a museum, the NCAA Hall of Champions takes you on an interactive journey. Relive some of the most inspirational moments in collegiate sports history and walk in the steps of the student athlete. At the NCAA Hall of Champions, you'll find something for every fan. Discover what it means to be a champion. The journey begins inside.
Lionel Turner being attended to on the near sideline. The numbers on Eli Manning tonight: 14 of 21, 164 yards and a touchdown. LSU averages giving up only 137 yards a ball game. As we mentioned, Kentucky the only team to get over 200 against the Tigers this year.
A lot of controlled passes.
Now here comes the running play, and again, we got a slip. Pearson tried to change directions very quickly, and you just can't do it on that field. It is very, very slick.
You can see the divots, especially from hash to hash.
So now with that loss on the play, it's going to be a third down. Ole Miss needs to take it to the 45 to hold on to the football. In motion, play action, looking, and now Manning's going to run, and he slides down wisely at the 40-yard line. Brady James was coming after him, but he'll have the first down. Matt Winder, let's check back with you.
All right, Ron, from one Death Valley to another, South Carolina and Clemson, the Gamecocks have produced a little offense in this game. Tigers have the answer. Charlie Whitehurst to Jackie Robinson, 29 yards down to the one. They would punch it in. So it's now 27-20. Washington State into round 2 of overtime. They've hit a field goal. Huskies turn.
Okay, the Apple Cup now in overtime up in the Great Northwest. Manning sets deep in the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Gets by it. Now the line helps him out. And he gets his pass away, and he just tried to find an open spot and get that one thrown. And Eli got knocked down very hard as Espy was the closest man to him. But Lavallee leveled him.
See, that's, again, the game plan of David Cutcliffe to move the quarterback around, run reverses. The defensive linemen of LSU can't catch up to Eli Manning. They have not been able to bring him down on those pass plays where they have the opportunity to sack him.
One of the things that David Cutcliffe also talked about this week, he said, I don't want to see it on a regular basis, but I don't want him to disdain the run because he is quicker than he even gives himself credit for.
Well, he picked up a big first down a couple of plays ago.
They fake the counter, going to go deep over the middle, and into double coverage, it's intercepted by Hunt.
No, they didn't get it.
And they say he tracked it. Boy, that is 3 passes that LSU probably should have picked off tonight.
Yeah, Kerry Johnson was the receiver that Eli Manning was trying to go to, and it's a good call. Jack Hunt, the ball went right through his wickets. No, he didn't get that football. The fans here are booing, but I think it's a good call by the official.
11th play of the drive coming up. With a 3rd and 10, or 5 of 9 in third down situations. Manning zings this when the ball is tipped in, incomplete. Instead, the intended receiver, Corey Webster, covering on the play.
Corey Webster did exactly what you need to do on the short post. Armstead breaks the short post. Number 13, Corey Webster, just closes on it, knocks the ball away.
So Ridgeway to kick, and this will be a pooch for sure. It's his 4th punt of the night. Just a high pass. And see if this one is going to carry. Fair catch is called for and made at the 11-yard line by Davis. So let's take a timeout. Ole Miss 10-7, and we have 10:26 left in the third.
Out here, everyone has their own mountain to climb, to measure up to head for. Head for the mountains of Bush.
There seems to be a problem with Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss. They each have hickory smoked bacon and Swiss, but which one do you choose?
Sir, you need to pick one. We're closing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Oh, come on! Unreal Championship. Rated M for mature. Go online with Xbox Live and take on the world.
At BASF, we don't make a boat, we make it faster. We don't make the safety seat, we make it more comfortable. We don't make the studio, we make it quieter. We don't make the golf clubs, we make them more powerful. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
The Gospel, according to ESPN, in bookstores and on ESPN.com.
ESPN2's College Football Saturday Night, brought to you by Smooth Bush Beer and Easy Drinking Bush Light.
So we are back. 11 minutes, 26 seconds left to play, third quarter. Some of the crowd here tonight enjoying really comfortable conditions, about 47 degrees, supposed to go into the low 40s. Eli Manning on the far sideline. Meanwhile, Marcus Randall comes back out. Pretty hot hands. 7 of 8, 100 yards and a touchdown. And they go on the ground with the running play. Davis has 10, loses the ball. Ole Miss has recovered at the 23-yard line. Recovered, I believe that's Travis Johnson who's on the football.
Boy, Dominic Davis was in the secondary. Let's see what happens to the football. Punches it out. Number 26, Eric Oliver.
Eric Oliver, the sophomore out of Jasper, Alabama, leads the team in tackles with 100. Just punched it out.
He didn't have the ball secured away. Had it out in his arm.
So back in the first play, Ole Miss did not take advantage of a similar situation. We'll see if they will here. Turnovers. It's 4 fumbles on LSU tonight. They have lost 3 of them. Turner a little bit late getting onto the field. Manning right over the middle, throws it behind his intended receiver, Rosano, and it goes incomplete.
Tried to get Rosano out of the backfield against the linebacker, threw it low and behind him. Rosano's going to come out of the backfield right here against the linebacker, just threw it a little bit behind him.
Well, Eli now has missed his last 4. Pitches it back to Turner. Can he get the corner? Maybe a couple of yards and a tough hit. Matt Weiner, let's check back with you.
Well, Ron, the Apple Cup is still lacking for an owner in Pullman, Washington. John Anderson set up for a 46-yard field goal thanks to a penalty, and he got it.
And it's good.
26 all. We are headed to round 3.
Overtime. Yeah, apple juice before long if they keep going there. Washington played a lot better here in the last 3 weeks of the season. Of course, Washington State playing without their quarterback.
Yep, you're right. A couple of other starters because of an altercation. Third down. Manning under heavy pressure gets this one away and not even close. The blitz came. Cameron Vaughn is the man who put Eli down.
Boy, Cameron Vaughn really hit Eli Manning. Ball pops up. They're very fortunate this pass didn't get picked off.
So the field goal team, Nichols to attempt this one from 39 yards. Good pass. Kick is plenty long enough, and he's good. So he's got one from 36 and now one from 39. 13-7 Ole Miss. We'll be right back.
In 1954, in Junction, Texas, Paul Bear Bryant put 115 football players through hell.
We're going to work now.
You damn near killed my friend! He ain't quitting.
But those who survived lived to become champions.
One heartbeat. That's what we've been looking for ever since we arrived.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents The Junction Boys. Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
They say if you have your health, you have everything. It's true. Have you ever been socked in the stomach real hard? Well, that's what it feels like when someone tells you you have cancer. Pow! And then you find a hospital that makes you breathe again. A hospital that lets you know they're fighting with you every step of the way. The general, they fought for me. They fought with me. That's the point of healthcare.
Need some smart advice on how to accessorize your vehicle or get into some new tires? Then come to the place that has it all. Kurt's has the works. Our auto specialist can outfit your truck or your whole fleet. Choose from our huge selection of top brand accessories. Plus, Kurt's service is reliable, certified in brakes and alignment. Come see why we're the finest independent tire and accessory dealer in the South. 9555 Airline Highway or online at kurtzfx.com.
Kurt's has work.
Well, a couple of crazy Mad Hatters here tonight. 13-7, Ole Miss leads it following the 39-yard field goal. A lot warmer this week than it was last week down here. We were here for the Alabama game. Rodgers to kick it off.
Dominic Davis would like to have this football to atone for that fumble.
Well, Davis with a fumble. Tofield had a fumble.
I thought we'd see more of Tofield here in the second half.
It's going to come down to Davis at the goal line. Davis shoved out of bounds just across the 25. It's Sunday Night Football on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. And coverage begins with NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite at 7:30 Eastern. Shannon Sharp and the Denver Broncos take on Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Don't miss Sunday Night NFL beginning at 7:30.
Ron, Peyton Manning, the last 3 weeks, has completed 84 of 111 passes for 7 touchdowns. And, of course, he's got marvelous Marvin Harrison on the other end of that pass-catching duel.
Randall sets deep into pocket, throws this one complete at the 30 to Clayton, and Clayton takes it all the way out to around the 40-yard line. It's good for 15.
And Michael Clayton has 35 catches coming into this football game. He's a big-time wide receiver with big-time speed, big-time breakaway ability.
You could see Strong trying to cut back and get him. And again, that footing right where they are, it's you better take short, choppy steps or your feet are going to go out from under you. Clayton now 4 receptions, 37 yards. Randall going to go long, looking for Clayton. in and out of his hands at the 18-yard line.
Travis Johnson, yeah. Ron, the fans are calling for a pass interference, but I think he played it very well. Michael Clayton, a big target at 6'4". Just watch it right here. No, that's not pass interference. This is a contact sport.
You know, Mike, Ole Miss kind of bit the bullet back to midway of the season. Travis Johnson's a redshirt freshman. They moved him ahead of a senior. And Blanchard is only a junior. They moved him over to left corner. And the experiment has worked. Hutchins also has played some corner, moving him from safety. This is Davis right up the middle. Has 5, 6, and 7 counted off at 8 yards. Blanchard making the tackle. Adrian Karsten, what do you got for us?
Keeping an eye on Eli Manning. He took that huge hit in the previous drive. Now he is on about the 45-yard line right now, Ron, trying to grip the ball. A big bruise to the inside of his right elbow. That's his throwing arm. Having trouble gripping the ball and obviously following through with his passes. If he shows up the next series, that will be David Cutcliffe's decision.
He'll be in there, Adrian. I can tell you that right now.
Yep, tough kid. Third down for LSU. It is going to be the quarterback draw. And Randall will take it down to the 45-yard line. Travis Blanchard came up to make the hit, and he ran right over.
Single wing offense where your quarterback's a runner. Makes the fake to Davis and then powers ahead for the first down.
That's the same kind of play that Matt Mock injured his foot against Florida on. Here's Matt on the sideline. Cast and all. The swelling still giving him a problem. As Davis goes straight ahead, dragging a tackler with him. That's going to be about 6 yards. And the surge by the LSU offensive line now is beginning to show what Mike said back in the first half.
And you're running against a 7-man front now because Randall has opened up the passing game.
Look at the headgears are stuck at the 41-yard line and now banging them on the field. The face masks are stuck together and just now got them apart. Josh Cooper, one of those involved, and Stephen Peterman. They finally took the headgear off Peterman and he banged it on the turf and knocked it loose.
And I think his ear pads came out of his helmet when they threw it down.
Yeah, and he lost his hair too.
Nice hairdo. If you look at the weight difference, when you weigh on a team through 3 quarters, LSU averaging 308 pounds against a smaller defensive line of Ole Miss.
Schofield checks in at tailback. Ole Miss comes with a blitz right up the middle, and they run straight ahead. They'll have the first down. Good surge by Wilkerson, Rob Sale, and Stephen Peterman. The center of the 2 guards, Justin Wade, finally makes the tackle.
Yeah, Ron, you talk about the offensive line all coming off right here on the right side. The yellow line being the first down, and Tofield makes it over. You go back to Ole Miss settling for field goals when they had opportunities. They come back to haunt them.
Short drop, quick throw, and I think that one either got tipped at the line of scrimmage or it came out of his hand. Matt Weiner, let's check with you.
Ron, we have a conclusion in Pullman and a wacky one. After a John Anderson 49-yard field goal, Washington State gets it back. Matt Kegel in for Jason Gesser. Passes, hits the ground, pounced on after much discussion. The game hinged on this ruling.
Ruling on the field is it was a backward pass. Washington recovered that backward pass, and the game is over.
Oh, my goodness.
There you have it. Washington wins it.
Second down, blitz coming up the middle. He gets just destroyed by Eddie Strong before he could get the pass away, and he's fortunate he didn't throw it right into the arms of a defender. Eddie was all over him.
Eddie Strong is going to come from his linebacker position. Nobody picks him up. The back was trying to get to him. Back's going to move over and just can't. Dominic Davis just can't pick him up.
Topio comes back into the lineup. Third down, LSU, third down and 10. Play clock down to 4, now down to 3. Randall sends this one far sideline. It is tipped and almost intercepted. Nice job by Von Hutchins, who already has an interception tonight, working closely on Michael Clayton.
Ron Von Hutchins played that play about as well as you can play it. Now Nick Saban's got a decision. Do you punt them inside the 10, or do you go for this?
Cabello's coming on.
Boy, great effort by Hutchins on defense against Clayton.
49 yards is his longest, and this is going to be almost a 52-yarder.
Caught Ole Miss by surprise. They're going to have to take a timeout.
So let's take a timeout. 5:59 remaining, third quarter. Ole Miss 13-7.
Wish you could undo what you do to your hair every week? Brushing, blow drying, styling, sun and wind. Pantene Deep Fortifying Treatment undoes the damage. The stress-activated provitamin complex undoes up to 3 months of daily damage in just 3 minutes, restoring healthy shine. Undo the damage with Pro V Deep Fortifying Treatment. Pantene Damage Reversal. That's the beauty of health.
So, Vanessa, like my new phone? Sleek, huh?
Yeah, Ving, it's different.
All the latest features and big buttons.
Yeah, Ving, but don't you think it's kind of,
Did I mention big buttons?
He loves his big phone, and you'll love our big Motorola deals. At Radio Shack, get the Motorola V120C for just $9.99 with activation, regularly $19.99. While you're at Radio Shack, cast your vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. Duracell, trusted everywhere. Still think all batteries are the same? Consider this. When IMAX needed power for their camera, they trusted Duracell. Up there or down here on Earth. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Eli Manning on the phone talking upstairs. Before they come back on offense, we'll get Adrian to review the situation on that play where he banged his elbow. Here, he says he's fine, but you can see the grimace. And like I said, Adrian will have more on that before Ole Miss comes on offense. Meanwhile, Corbello, longest in his career is 50. 49 is his longest this year. This is a 51-yard attempt. And it is a fake. And they throw it, and this thing is not going to come close to anybody.
Well, they could have called interference on this play.
But he threw it.
And even though the ball was thrown out of bounds, they knocked the receiver down. But I agree with you. It probably was uncatchable football. But
Blaine Beck.
Ole Miss played this now, too. They played it very, very well. Here's the receiver right here.
See,
Solomon Lee.
Yeah. But see, he slips. I don't think he got pushed, Mike. See, here we go back to the skating rink again.
Yeah, you're right. Ace Field.
Matt Greer was the man who was applying pressure on Beck, so Ole Miss takes it over. After the play, we'll check down with Adrian and get a further report on Eli Manning and that injury. Comes the pitch to McClendon. He's going to be caught from behind and knocked down for a loss. Concern. Adrian Karsten, update us on the prognosis.
If you feel the inside of your right elbow, you'll see there isn't much padding there, and that's right where the helmet hit Eli Manning. So he gets on the sidelines, and all of a sudden the muscles surrounding that elbow begin to swell, a fair amount of internal bleeding. He refused to take any ice there. He wanted to keep the movement going. The only problem is, Ron, he has pain all the way down into his hand. Grip on the ball, following through, snapping through with his arm. That's the problem right now.
Okay, good hustle there, Adrian. But right now they're behind the chains and are going to have to throw it. Manning zings this one out of the backfield, goes on to the fullback, and he'll take it back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe a gain of 1. Randall Gay out to make the tackle. So back to the original line of scrimmage, and they pick up 1. So it's going to be a 3rd down at about 8.5 yards for the first down.
Ron, we'll see if Adrian's report if Eli Manning can throw the ball past 10 yards. Threw a short pass there. See what he does here. He's going to need about 8.
Need to take it to the 44-yard line to keep hold of the football. Here comes the blitz. Under pressure, he's going to be sacked. First time that they've gotten to him tonight. Ole Miss and LSU both #1 in the league as far as not allowing sacks. And that's the first one that they've gotten to him this evening.
Yeah, Norman Lucerne is going to come right here on the blitz and make the sack on Eli Manning. So the trick play that didn't work, the defense gets the ball back for LSU's offense.
5th punt of the night by Ridgeway. High hanging spiral. Davis from the 33. Tries to get some footing and can't. They take it for a couple of yards. Now here comes in a late flag as Collins made the tackle.
There is a dead ball, personal foul by the kicking team. And a dead ball, personal foul against the other team. They all said to be first down.
Well, there's the reason that the 2 flags were thrown. Still some chicken fighting going on, and the officials threw the flag, but it was toward both teams. So LSU will scrimmage from just across their own 35-yard line. We have 3:46 remaining, 3rd quarter. Sharon Carey, a sophomore out of New Orleans, checks in at tailback, #2. Haven't seen him tonight, and that's who they give it to. Here comes Carey. Caught from behind, and that's great pursuit by Justin Wade. Well, it's Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS at 7:30 Eastern. Join Stuart Scott and the best in the business for all the news from Week 12 in the NFL. Then at 9, Al Michaels and John Madden in San Francisco for Monday Night Football. Deuce Staley and the Philadelphia Eagles head west to take on Terrell Owens and the San Francisco Giants. 49ers, who put Giants on that copy?
Yeah, Deuce Staley's going to have to pick it up. He has 697 rushing yards. He's going to have to come up big to help Coy Detmer.
On 2nd down, here comes pressure, and he's going to run. Flag is down, and he takes it all the way across midfield. That's going to be not only holding, a tackle on the offensive line.
Yeah, pushing the back by one of the offensive linemen to free Marcus Randall, so that's coming back. Ole Miss defense, Chuck Dreisbach has done a great job defending LSU's offense.
Well, this penalty being stepped off, and they're still walking, and it's going to take the ball back inside the 25-yard line. The locals don't like it, but that's the call. Only the 3rd accepted penalty of the ball game.
Walking back to New Orleans.
Wrong direction. New Orleans is that way. And you live in Mobile.
Hey, when I get to the stadium, I don't know what direction to. Here you look at Ole Miss's rush defense tonight, only 91 yards.
2nd down and 22. This is quarterback draw. Design play. 30, 35, out close to the 40-yard line. And now it's going to be 3rd down as Kelvin Robinson made the tackle.
Now manageable, because now you're 2nd and 22. You've become 3rd and 7 right now. And the 3rd down receiver has been all year Michael Clayton.
In fact, what, 40% of his catches had come
third down
on
or
third down plays.
first downs or touchdowns. They're going to put him into the boundary.
Clayton, 4 catches, 37 yards tonight, and he's working against Hutchins, who has a couple of breakups and an interception tonight. And he comes up to play bump on Clayton. But they come back the other direction. They got it completed as well short. Myers settled down about 4 yards short of the first down marker, and they were just decoying with Clayton out at the top of the screen. Blanchard with a nice defensive play.
And Gerald Myers, 4th on LSU's career receptions. Came into the game with 139 career receptions. Good receiver. Couldn't pick up the first down.
So LSU makes the catch, but Ole Miss says, hey, we'll let you settle and catch it there, but not 2 yards farther to pick up the first down. Low pass from center, but here's the kick, end over end. Fair catch is called for and made at the 16 by Armstead. Well, now with ESPN Sports Center, Rich Eisen and Kevin Frazier, another Buckeye nail-biters. Spectacular day for LJ, and rivalries and upsets. That's on ESPN.
Ohio State did exactly what was asked of them. Won a lot of close football games. And are going to make reservations for
Tempe
in the Fiesta Bowl, John Junkers Bowl.
Manning, they go with the running play on first down, and that's Tremaine Turner. He takes it to around the 20, tackled by Lawrence. Could be the last play, maybe one more before the end of the third quarter. Clock running at 30 seconds. Plenty of time on the play clock. And that running play is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and going to be shoved back in. As he is tackled, not out of bounds. Cameron Vaughn and Randall Gay combining on the stop. And that is the end of the third quarter. So we'll take a timeout as we head to the final 15. Ole Miss 13, LSU 7.
Log on to ESPN.com and play Six Pack, presented by Miller Lite.
I printed and collated the color report that won the big account and got us into a larger office. And this is the respect I get? I need a hug.
Toshiba copiers make you look good.
Stamps. At supermarkets. Stamps. By phone. Stamps. Online. Stamps. At ATMs, along with your local post office. Wherever you find this symbol, you'll find stamps. Conveniently located. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
With rugged all-wheel drive and better handling than ever, the new Subaru Outback gets you closer to nature without getting in the way of nature. When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 1.9% APR.
EOS Rebel TI. Get into it.
Become a member of Starwood Preferred Guest at Weston.com.
An Energizer car battery gets you going like a strong cup of coffee.
An Energizer car battery is like a double espresso.
Energizer keeps you going.
Energizer, the grande of car batteries.
Yeah, boys. We're car people.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
There's something I gotta do.
Oh, yeah? What?
I love this woman! I love her!
What are you doing? Stop.
Okay, then I guess this will have to do.
Oh, my God. I love this man. I love him. I love him. I love him.
Well, with the crowd in a frenzy, here's the importance in this one. If LSU loses tonight, the defending champions are out as far as the SEC championship game. Auburn victorious, but Arkansas, because they defeated the Auburn Tigers earlier this year, they've got the wild card in their hand. They just got to keep winning. Mike rushing in the first half. Ole Miss 7 attempts, 30 yards. Since then, 15 attempts for 12 yards. Third down. And Eli has got his back to the student section, and it is very, very noisy. Right over the middle, the ball is tipped and incomplete. Intended receiver, let's see, Luzerne got a hand on it. Eric Rice, the tight end.
Good job defensively again by LSU. And the crowd trying to help him here. Ball deflected. Norman Luzerne has played very well tonight.
Yep, he really has. And Ole Miss fortunate that ball knocked up in the air.
Dominic Davis, one play away from going ahead here. Special teams are good for LSU.
Here comes a big line drive, and it's going to bound, and he takes it at the 36-yard line. Comes back to the open side of the field, and that is great coverage downfield by number 11, Mike Espy. Caught a touchdown pass earlier, and a very big play right there. Matt Winder, let's check back with you.
Ron, Clemson beats South Carolina, and we see it every weekend now. The goalposts come down. Security did their best to keep things orderly. Some minor clashes. It looked like they may have tended to one injured person. Nearly 10 minutes after the game ended, the goalpost has come down. Tigers won the game 27-20.
Boy, thanks, Matt. That's something that's going to have to be addressed, and I think some serious penalties handed out to people that just got to keep people off the field.
South Carolina playing for a bowl. They will be no bowl this year.
Ball is fumbled. A scramble at the 30-yard line. Ole Miss says, and they do. Ole Miss has the recovery. That is 5 fumbles in the ball game. 3 lost. Eddie Strong. Well, you see the celebration.
Looked like Tofield never got to football.
Well, he didn't.
He had it in his hands. Almost looks like it's LeBrandon Tofield's fault here. The ball's in his hands. You got to lay it in there like it's an egg. And it almost looked like it bumped off the pad.
It banged off his bicep. Mike, it looked like. Well, that's 2 fumbles that he has tonight. Both
yeah, they're giving Ole Miss every opportunity to win this football game.
Manning straight ahead, big opening, has 5, has 10, cut it off at 15, and now 18 yards, Tremaine Turner.
See, what you got to worry about when your defense keeps playing and your offense keeps fumbling, that maybe the will of the defense gets broken. And here, they open up a big hole for Turner.
See Gay coming over to make the tackle. Hunt trying to strip the football from Tremaine Turner. That's the longest run from scrimmage by Ole Miss tonight. From the 13, Turner, nothing there, and he's going to be knocked down for a loss. They'll lose 1. Lionel Turner there to make the tackle. Also Spears in to help out.
Since that injury that Adrian reported on Eli Manning, most of the game has been a running game. Short passes by Eli Manning, 1, and they're running the football. So I don't know if he's having trouble with his right arm. We'll find out here in a few minutes.
Right up the middle. Inside the 10. Still fighting down to around the 8-yard line, and it's going to be third down. Chad Lavallee holding on. The junior out of Marksville, Louisiana. 6'3", 289 pounds.
Almost the same game plan Alabama had a week ago. Run outside, throw outside. Fourth quarter, third quarter, run inside. Eli Manning's turning this football game over to the offensive line, and Tremaine Turner.
Under 13 minutes to play in the ball game. Third down, and this needs to take it to the 3. They roll the pocket, and the ball is intercepted. Hook Finn, and Hook Finn is going to be tackled at the 48-yard line by Rice. It almost looked like it hit the receiver in the head.
Yeah,
Did it?
Tremaine Turner, I believe, was the intended receiver. It hit him in the helmet. And maybe, again, the injury to Eli Manning is more than we think it is as he threw that football. Short pass again as he comes rolling out. Ball hits Turner in the helmet. Hook Finn does a good job of returning the football. Almost breaks loose for the touchdown.
So we'll take a break. LSU now with the impetus. We'll be right back.
They built an empire based on loyalty.
All this right here is family.
On December 6th,
I got this investment opportunity. There's this white guy, the hottest cat on Wall Street.
I didn't know you were going to bring it to me on cash.
if you cross one of them,
Hey, Vic, you took the money.
you cross them all.
You saying Jack did this to you?
Búscame Rafael.
I gotta go to war, man.
Only thing I fear that I'm never gonna fly. Go back to your getup.
Empire, rated R. At theaters December 6th.
I remember I was craving a cheese sandwich, only I didn't have cheese or a car. So I built my own ride. At the same time, an unsuspecting Mr. Yang Lem Chu was getting his car. We rode 400 miles until fate intervened in Cheddar, New Mexico, at a house of cheese. And I can't help but think, was this coincidence or part of something bigger?
And now the end is near, and so I face the final bidding. From A to Z, from there to here, I shop the world, all while I'm sitting, brand new and collectibles, thank you, on the information superhighway. You'll save more and find things like this when you do it eBay.
Well, you don't have to tell him that he made a mistake, because he is beating himself up right now. In the 5 wins, only 2 interceptions. In the 5 losses, 9, and he has tossed 1 tonight. This ball, the receiver doesn't turn around, and it hits him right in the head. And Hook Finn with the interception. Dominic Davis sets deep at tailback as Clayton goes in motion. And Davis with the 48. Fights his way forward. Down close to the 47-yard line. Travis Blanchard makes the tackle.
Dominic Davis has been more of the back for LSU tonight than Brandon Tofield. We haven't seen Joseph Adai either.
You know, and I'm surprised at that, Mike. I almost have to wonder if maybe he got nicked either last week or this week during practice, because he was very active in the game against Alabama. Blitz coming right up the middle, and the play is hit, and he breaks off the tackle and still is going to wind up with about a half yard on the play.
Justin Wade got into the backfield. It hit Dominic Davis before he got started, but Dominic Davis shows you good balance and still picked up a couple yards. Here's Wade, number 51. Just hurdles Solomon Lee, the fullback, makes the play.
You can also see 26, Eric Oliver, coming in to help out there. So it's third down, Tigers. See the yellow line just inside the 42. From the shotgun. Pressure coming right up the middle. Throws the pass, got a man wide open, and he overthrows him at the 5-yard line. Dominic Davis.
Well, that's one you want back if you're the quarterback. Almost you start to see Dominic Davis wide open, and you just put too much on it.
Jesse Mitchell was coming free.
He runs down the sideline. I don't know if he is out of bounds or not over there before he took off, but he's wide open.
The point I was going to make is Jesse Mitchell was the man who was applying pressure to the quarterback, and LSU was fortunate they didn't get a hold because they grabbed him by the jersey to slow him down. If they don't throw a beanbag,
yeah, he's close. He's close to being out of bounds.
But see, the official doesn't throw a beanbag, which means that he did run out of bounds. So they didn't think he did.
Delay a game. LSU's had some big opportunities in passing game.
That is a dead ball, delay by the offense. That penalty is refused. It is still 4th down.
Ron, they've missed Myers, who was open deep. Here's Davis right over here. I believe he's out of bounds. But that would have stood if he caught the football.
High hanging spiral. This one's going to reach the end zone. The Ole Miss will take it over at the 20-yard line. Let's take a timeout. 11 minutes left in the ball game. It's a 46-yard punt. We'll be right back.
Terps look for a hot start to the new season. Miami of Ohio, Maryland, Sunday at 5 on ESPN2.
This thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
Got a buck? You're in luck, because you can get a delicious beefy big and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, and lots of your other favorites on McDonald's Dollar Menu every day.
Carol is a person who is very customer-oriented, and when you sit down to talk with her about it, she knows her product very well, and she really works hard to please the customer, both before the sale and after the sale.
I am aesthetic over the service department and the sales force headed by Carol Bradley, a friend. She's charismatic. She services the needs of the clientele.
This is big. At McDonald's, we love to see you smile. So we're offering the big and tasty extra value meal for $2.99. $2.99 for a sizzling beef patty plus all the fixings with medium golden brown fries and a drink. Great food at a great price.
ESPN2's College Football Saturday Night. Brought to you by Saab. People who test drive a Saab usually buy one.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 11 minutes left in the ball game, but it's Ole Miss 13 and LSU 7. Ronald McClendon, a junior out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana, comes back into tailback. Manning, fade, far sideline, just a little bit overthrown at the 45. Adrian Carson, let's check with you.
Very straightforward, direct fundamental football. This is the directive from the Ole Miss coaches to the offensive line for the Rebels. you, front five, have to handle LSU's front four. Even though Eli is going to try and throw the ball long, we cannot rely on him to be accurate beyond 12, 15 yards. If we're going to win, we're going to run. You have to handle LSU's front four, period.
Okay, so Stallings, Buckles, Claxton Johnson, and Belton Johnson getting the edict from the coaching staff. It is 2nd and 10. Here comes the running play. There's not going to be anything there. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And Matt Weiner, let's check back with you.
Well, Ron, we showed you the aftermath of the Clemson win. The goalposts coming down. At least 2 people were injured in that crowd. One uniformed man, either a police officer or security personnel, and one fan, both taken off on stretchers. Obviously, at this point, we don't know the severity of their injuries, but at least 2 people were hurt.
Wow. Well, as I said, something that needs to be addressed during the offseason, and I think really some serious steps taken to keep people off the field. Celebrate in the stands. Manning running for his life, and he's just going to throw this one away. It was Marquise Hill if he was applying pressure, and now Ole Miss is going to have to punt away, and LSU should get decent field position out of this one.
Pretty good pass rush on Eli Manning. Breaks down. Marcus Spears, Marquise Hill chases, and Dominic Davis, LSU special teams, needs to make the play if LSU is going to get back in this football game.
Ridgeway, good pass. Line drive kick, and it's going to bound at the 45. And now Davis runs away from it. This was a mistake on his part. This cost him almost 20 yards in field position.
Good kick.
Well, Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, it's the battle for the Golden Egg. Eli Manning and the Ole Miss Rebels host rival Mississippi State. It's College Football Thursday, presented by Circuit City on ESPN.
And you know Jackie Sherrill's team, they got a chance if they can win against Ole Miss to salvage some kind of season.
Marcus Randall, you see 9 of 15, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, has rushed 4 times for 35 yards. Off the shotgun, right up in the middle, has it complete to Clayton, and a short tackle on him, but he has the first down. It's a gain of about 12 yards. Travis Johnson defensively.
You know, the other thing Ole Miss has done tonight on defense, they haven't given up the big play. Now, the big play was there a couple of times, but LSU didn't cash in. Michael Clayton, again, another good catch.
On first down, stunning by the defensive line, and he's going to run it. Crosses the line of scrimmage, picks up a nice block over there on the sideline. I think that was Clayton. It was. And he'll get a knockdown on that one.
On Eddie Strong, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, Travis Johnson to force the play out of bounds.
See if we can see Michael Clayton hit the linebacker right there.
Ooh. By the way, Clayton is a very good friend of the Manning family because he works Archie Manning's passing camp in the summertime. And I talked to Archie earlier this week, and he said he is really an outstanding young guy, not just a good football player.
He's not a friend of Eddie Strong's after he hit him.
Short drop right up in the middle. Got this one complete to Myers. And Myers will take it inside the 45-yard line. Good for 12.
Same kind of offensive set that they ran just before halftime to score their touchdown. 4 wide receivers in the football game.
Clock whistled back in. We're about to go into 9 minutes to play. LSU trying to find the end zone. Here comes pressure at the middle. The pass is caught. That is a heck of an effort by Green.
Ron, you're right. Skylar Green not only made a great effort, but picked up a couple yards after the catch. Slipping and sliding out there, makes the catch.
Wow, and that field is virtually impossible to negotiate. And he caught it, and as Mike said, still came up with a couple of more yards. So it's 2nd and short. The mobility of Marcus Randall has really started to give the Ole Miss defense trouble. Here he's going to run again, but this time they knocked him down. It'll be 3rd and about 3 yards. Boykin and Cooper combining with the tackle.
This is where you think in terms of 2-down territory. 8:22 left on the clock. You got 2 downs to make it. They're going to bring in 2 fullbacks. Brandon Hurley, number 44. Solomon Lee, number 30.
Now as they break the huddle, it's Clayton to the top of your screen. You see where they need to take it. Just inside the 35. And they're going to go play action to try to throw it. And now he wants to run it. Under pressure. Turns the corner, and he gets knocked down. I believe he has the first down. Matt Greer finally came over and made the tackle, but again, the mobility of Marcus Randall giving the Ole Miss defense fits right now.
Ron, this was a great play call. 3rd and 1, and you're going to go deep. You're trying to get Clayton sit down, then go. And everybody's covered. Ole Miss played it great, but what they didn't do, they didn't tackle Randall. And Randall with a great effort to try to reach this first down.
Well, they stretch out the chain, and no cheering right there from the Tiger bench. It's right in front of them, and you can see that's how close they are.
The Caps got 9 lives. Marcus Randall's got a few too, because he could have been sacked for about a 15-yard loss. Close enough where you may want to take a quarterback sneak behind that big offensive line. You got a center who's 300 pounds. You got 2 guards who are 315 and 325.
Well, as the chains reset across the way, they don't need very much.
Randall, pretty good athlete, should be able to pick it up.
And there's the quarterback sneak. He'll have it. Chris Herring defensively for Ole Miss.
Now, Ron, they're going to go right back into 4 wide receivers and throw the football.
This is the 8th play of the drive coming up. 7.5 minutes left in the ball game.
I was going to say, Ole Miss's defense has played their hearts out.
From a shotgun, there's the handoff, and you see Davis inside the 30. He'll take it down to around the 27-yard line. Matt Weiner, back to you.
Ron, final top 25 team of the day to take the field. Hawaii out of conference against Cincinnati tonight, or today, I guess it is there. Gino Gadui to Booker Vaughn for the touchdown. Bearcats on top early, 7-0.
That's his first touchdown for Cincinnati.
Well, that's where we'll be 1 week from tonight.
When that game's over, they'll score 70 points in that game tonight. Tommy Chang. I got his name ready for next week.
Good. You got about 40 more you need to learn. Here comes a blitz. Pass. Got single coverage out at the 1-yard line. Knocked away. Nice job by Eric Oliver.
What Eric Oliver's thinking right now is maybe he should have intercepted it. He knocks it away.
He did have a lot of time.
Yeah, good coverage. But he has a chance to pick this one off. He just knocks it away with his left hand, away from Myers. Boy, Alabama losing to Auburn, then making the trip out to Hawaii. Be a tough ball game for them next week.
3rd down. 3rd down and 4 for the LSU Tigers. Marcus Randall from the shotgun. Sent. Here comes pressure. Drills the ball complete at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Michael Clayton. So the Tigers try to kick the extra point and go up by 1. And again, it points out how big that interception was that was thrown by Ole Miss, because they needed 3 points, if not a touchdown down there. They would still be up in the ball game. But as it is, the LSU Tigers, for the first time on the night, take the lead on Michael Clayton's catch. And you see the defensive back fall down, as so many others have earlier tonight. Let's take a break. 14 LSU, 13 Ole Miss. We'll be right back.
Bond. James Bond.
.007 Nightfire. Rated T for teen.
Challenge.
Do not adjust your dial to the Sunday NFL Countdown.
Question: is the NFL's all-time leading rusher being phased out? How can this be? Answer:
I can still play the game.
Question: how do you groom a QB for success? Answer: see Chad Pennington.
He's smart, he's a hard worker, and he's accurate.
Question: is Warren Sapp ever at a loss for words?
Maybe, just maybe.
Plus John Madden and Week 12 preview. Sunday NFL Countdown, 11 a.m. on ESPN.
Well, the Bayou Country is alive right now because the Tigers have gone on top. And Mike, talk about what happened.
Bad field conditions, because you're going to see right here Von Hutchins slide by man coverage. He couldn't even get up. Michael Clayton keeps his feet, scores a touchdown. Marcus Randall, proven to a lot of high school guys out there, grade school quarterbacks, grade school position guys. He never got down when he didn't start. He's going to be the star of this football game if they hold on.
Now you can see the disgusted look on his face, and understandably so. Returned by Armstead from the 2. Wow, what a hit. He won't make the 20.
Eli Manning in the first half was red hot. Play action pass. Came back with a touchdown to Espy. In the second half, he took a hit. Elbow got hurt. He was warming up on the sideline. And then he hit the running back, Turner, in the helmet, and hooked in with the interception.
Blitz coming off the corner. Manning is going to be hit by the man with the blitz, and that's Lazard. Second time that they've gotten to Manning tonight, and both of them have come here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think Eli Manning sees him coming too, but the running back, Turner couldn't pick him up. Eli Manning, since the injury, 1 for 9, 6 yards.
Blitz again. Pass well off the mark, and Manning got racked by Brady James after he threw the football.
Yeah, Brady James again. And what Nick Saban is doing right now is not letting Eli Manning set. They're going to bring the linebacker. Brady James hits Eli Manning. Lucky he didn't get called for a penalty right there.
Yeah, that's borderline. Third down. Ole Miss needs the 28.5-yard line. Manning right over the middle, threw it quick and threw it too low to Rosado.
Well, I don't think he's the same quarterback that we saw in the first half. Rushing things a little bit, doesn't seem to get much on the football. And LSU has really blitzed him in the last couple of series.
Dominic Davis drops off at a single safety as you look at Ridgeway. 8th punt of the night by Ole Miss. Wobbly spiral, it's returnable. Davis on the fly. The 48 goes out of bounds. Chris Collins doing a good job at special teams again, forcing him out of bounds, but the Tigers have got a short field, and they only need to work 5 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock.
Goes back to Ron when you have those opportunities and you kick field goals. It always seems to come back on you.
They would even have settled for a field goal down at the other end. With the interception, yeah. Because the Tigers, they would still have to come up with at least a field goal right here. It's Clayton in motion, who had the touchdown pass a moment ago. And LeBrandon Tofield muscling his way down to the 35. It's going to be a gain of just over 5 yards in the play, and he's strong defensively.
And here's where your running game should take over, right here. The weight of your offensive line, the size of the back. Tofield, pretty good size back, 230 pounds. Davis and Tofield together tonight, over 100 yards. That's what their plan is right now, run the football.
Well, Tofield at right tackle, maybe a gain of 1, hit by Justin Wade. And the clock now, by the time they snap it again, is going to be down around 4 minutes to play.
I'm impressed with Ole Miss, though. They played their hearts out on offense and defense. Undersized on defense. Offensively, really don't have a star tailback. But Turner's a very good tailback, but this is a team that's played hard all night.
3rd down for LSU. Need about 4.5 yards to get this first down. And Marcus from the shotgun is going to be hit, and he's sacked. Second time that Ole Miss has gotten to him tonight. Justin Wade.
Justin Wade's had a big night. The junior linebacker. They bring the both linebackers. Marcus Randall has no place to throw the ball away to.
Wade out of Jackson Prep. Loss of 7 on the play.
John Latina, the offensive coordinator, talking to Eli Manning, trying to get something going here.
Mike Espy is the deep man this time, and they try to kick it away from him. And he runs away from it. It bounds at the 2 and then goes into the end zone. 47 yards on the kick, and we have 3:17 left in the ball game. Coming up next, college game day scoreboard. A lot of big ball games to talk about. So Eli Manning has 3 minutes and 17 seconds to work with. He's 80 yards away. Come to the blitz again, and he throws the quick hot round, has it complete to Collins, and that's close to a 10-yard gain, just shy at the 29.5-yard line.
A lot of time for Ole Miss, 3:05, and they got 2 timeouts left. This is what you always practice. Your 2-minute drill on Thursdays, your practices on Monday. You have your players have a lot of confidence in it.
Give it to Rosado, the fullback, and he's going to have the first down, and Luzerne is right there to push him back. Before the linesman is marked it, he is going to have the first.
The importance of this football game, Ron, for LSU, they stay alive in the West. But for Ole Miss, they need one more victory to go bowling.
Jonathan Nichols, sophomore out of Greenwood, the place kicker for the Ole Miss Rebels, tying that shoe a little tighter. Is he going to get an opportunity to get a win for the Rebs here on the road? Ole Miss has won the last 3 times they've played in Baton Rouge. Manning under pressure, dumps this one off to Sanford, and Sanford is going to be muscled out of bounds 2 yards shy of the first down by Norman Luzerne. You're right. Norman has been a busy guy tonight.
Yes, Norman has made some plays in the secondary. Blitzed Eli Manning a couple of times. Senior, 22 seniors playing their last home game here at LSU.
Luzerne has 7 tackles tonight. Senior out of Bruley, Louisiana. Manning right over the middle. There's Collins again. And that will be enough for the first down out of the 47. Good for 9.
On this, that's good play calling by John Latina. Just a little option pass routes just to move the chains. They got a lot of time. They want to get in field goal range to try to win this at the buzzer.
Clock is whistled back in. We're about to go under 2 minutes to play in our ball game. LSU 14-13. Lobs this one's got Collins out there, and it's going to be intercepted by Webster. Corey Webster.
Webster's 6th interception, leads the SEC in badly thrown ball, underthrown. Moving the ball with a short passing game. Eli Manning tries to go downfield, but just because of his elbow, I don't think he could get enough on the football. Webster plays it very well. Collins can't come back to make the catch.
And I'm sure Eli thinking that if nothing else, he did throw it short, but if he had thrown it to the outside, the receiver would have had a much better opportunity to ward off the defender and maybe, if nothing else, knock it away. Right up the middle, they're running hard is Davis, and that is a first down on the first down run. He's going to have about 11 yards as Eric Oliver comes over to make the tackle. And Ole Miss calls a timeout to stop the clock at 1:43.
Was for the first down. They didn't use a timeout.
I'm sorry, he was signaling first down. I thought he was signaling timeout toward Ole Miss.
Yeah, Eli 18 for 37, 2 interceptions.
They go on the ground again. Davis.
Now they use a timeout. Ron, you go back. We talked about Marcus Randall all night. He's been the difference in this football game. Came off the bench, starter 2-2, lost his job to Rick Clausen, but he came back. He didn't sulk. He came back on the field, and he got his team inspired, and they got the lead 1 point, 13-20.
And there's Clausen, who started the game tonight. He's only played in a couple this year.
Yeah, only played about 3 series. It was tough for him from the start because Ole Miss was jumping the run game. He's botched the snap, but I think that was the center's fault. Eli on the other side has not been right since he hurt his elbow.
No, you're right.
I think when Adrian Karsten talked about his elbow injury, he has underthrown the long pass here for the interception, but a great quarterback. Here's the bump on the elbow that Adrian Karsten was reporting.
Well, that rascal on the bottom side, it really had swollen up a lot. 72 ticks left on the clock, and the LSU Tigers will stay alive as far as the West is concerned, and they have to beat Arkansas next Saturday if they hold on in this one. Blitz right up the middle, the running play, nowhere to go for Davis.
I'm going to say this right now. They're not going to beat Arkansas unless they play better than they've played the last 2 weeks. Arkansas has come on, playing very good on defense and very well on offense. So Nick Saban's got a week.
And Ole Miss burns their final timeout with 1:02 to play. It is 3rd down. And LSU's going to need about 3.5 yards.
And Nick Saban's done a good coaching job here, Ron, to get this team. Went in at halftime down 3, came back out. They were worth. I'll bet when he does his post-game show tonight, he's sweating because he had to work to get this lead. Hey, look at the West.
And if LSU wins, it's their 5th win.
And Auburn goes by the wayside if this score keeps going. And the winner of the LSU-Arkansas game will play Georgia December 7th. Miss needs to beat State Thursday night to go bowling.
Looks like these guys are getting in a protection mode as far as the goalposts here are concerned in Baton Rouge. Third and 3. They're going to stop this one about a 2-yard loss in the play. So it'll be 4th down. Kelvin Robinson comes up to make the tackle. And you can bet LSU will run it all the way down. Probably take the penalty and then punt it away.
They got to punt the football. I think there's 11 seconds on the clock.
Armstead is the man who is back deep for Ole Miss.
Going to take a timeout so they don't lose the 5 yards with 19 seconds left.
Nichols continues to warm up on the sideline in case his teammates come up with a good return on the punt.
LSU now, Nick Saban in that huddle saying just get the football rock and kick it.
Get a good
take
pass
a lot of
from
steps,
center.
yeah.
That's right. Get the kick and we'll take care of the business.
The LSU and Nick Saban saying we know about Hail Marys and we'll protect it.
Wendell York is the young man who handles the long snaps. In fact, I think Wendell's been doing this for about 3 years. He also is one of the seniors who was honored here tonight before the ball game.
It's a game when you go back as a player and a coach. You always talk to your team about your last home game. So 22 seniors got that talk tonight from Nick Saban. And the underclassmen want to win the last game for the seniors at home.
19.8 seconds is what we have remaining. Good pass. Ole Miss coming after him, but LSU did a good job of picking it up. And he did an even better job of kicking it away from the deep man. And it's going to go dead just shy of the 20-yard line. So Eli Manning and company have 8.3 seconds left.
And Nick Saban knows you can score in the last few seconds because they did it at Kentucky.
That one was called Well, the bluegrass miracle, the miracle of the bluegrass. This one would be the, let's see, something in the quagmire.
Bayou miracle.
Manning's pass right over the middle, and they lateral the ball back at the 40, at the 45-yard line, and the clock runs out. Armstead and Flowers combining on the trick play, but the clock runs out and he is stopped. And Ole Miss falls to LSU 14-13 here in Baton Rouge. And let's go down to the sideline at Adrian Karsten.
By 1 point, they live another day. This has now become another 60-minute season, Coach, all week long since that debacle last week. You said this team was looking for their identity. Do you think you found it tonight?
Well, I think we competed in the game, and I think that's the reason that we won. Marcus did a great job when he came in, and obviously going no huddle twice helped him out in the game, which we've always thought he was good at. And the defense did a great job in the second half.
And your defense?
Did a great job in the second half. I mean, we got some bad field position on some turnovers. We got out of it with field goals and got an interception. 2 interceptions that were key, so did a great job.
Again, the situation is simple, but the job is not easy. You have to beat the Razorbacks.
Well, we do. We got one more game, and, you know, it's a one-game season like they all are right now.
Congratulations, Coach. Ron?
Okay, Adrian. Our final score, LSU 14 and Ole Miss 13. Coming up next on ESPN2, it's College Game Day Scoreboard. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet. For Mike Gottfried, Adrian Karsten, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Rod Franklin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So there's joy in the Bayou tonight, and for good reason, as the Tigers win it. So long, everybody, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.